everyone, and welcome to D&D with the lovely, amazing Teeth Whitener. Remember, as it is a D&D night, I will be talking to you guys in chat. Not so much with my voice. Tony, do not clean yourself. Excuse me. Put that leg down. Thank you. I'm sorry to have offended you. Thank you for stopping. Anyway, as you guys know, last episode we were trying to find a murderer, and we are still looking for him. Teeth Whitener will explain more, but things are going to get very, very interesting. Let's go ahead and start with our shout-outs. Hello to Autumn, Mama Starshine. Hello to Scrubs, Gil, and Mina. I'm not running away. I'm doing introductions. You don't know me. All right, guys. Without further ado, let's go ahead and have some fun. Hello?
Oh, wow. Who are you?
Wow, that was...
Speak of the devil.
Don't sass me. Don't.
Listen, my Discord status is cool too, okay?
Oh no. Finding all the skeletons in your closet. Oh, that's a good status.
Finding skeletons in closets.
Sorry that.
I will sass you though, old lady.
I want you to know, Mom is calling you Victor, and I am so concerned.
Yes!
Oh,
Come,
Dad's here too.
Papa Moonshine.
Yeah, she
Uncle
named
Victor
herself.
will say hello to everyone.
No, God, no. Why are you like this? Why?
We could all talk like that. That is how I talk for my Friday game on my channel.
Oh
So
no.
we are all going to be some random Eastern European accent.
Yeah.
Mom, that was Pixie's husband. He's wonderful, and apparently
oh no,
also
that is
Russian.
a lie.
Oh, freaking!
I'm only one of those two things.
Oh my God.
Alright, I got the Cthulhu D20 out, so we're
Speaking
ready.
of Pixie, if you hear somebody laughing in the background, it's because Corinne, and I already told her I'd make fun of her. Rather than watching her, Netflix special on the tablet I recently charged up for her, on her laptop I recently bought a new hard drive for her and fixed for her, or her cell phone, she's watching on the TV in the living room behind me. So cool.
Vladimir.
Luckily, she turned down the volumes and turned on subs, so at least.
Right. My rice will be ready in like 5 minutes.
Oh, making rice.
Yes, with
rice, slice, nice.
What is
Chicken.
wrong with you?
sauce from Panda Express.
We had rice today. Corinne picked up Ty after her job interview.
Oh, how did it go?
We're looking good. Because the person who interviewed right after was Cody, who's also on our channel, and like Corinne and I worked at the same place and got laid off from the same place.
That's right.
And he was interviewed directly after Corinne, and they talked about Corinne a lot too and their shared experience at our former employer. So there's a good chance that they're going to be like, well, we need to hire 2 people. Might as well hire 2 people who already know each other and work with.
Yes.
So at least one of the 2 of us won't be a burden on society.
No, we need her to work. She needs to support us all. Just tell her that.
Yeah. We do. Like, whew.
We just need her to be our sugar mama. It's fine. It's fine.
And the joke was like, if they were hiring a 3rd person, I should have jumped in and been like, well, I worked with them too, so.
It's a coup. They're taking over.
Literally, Corinne and I have had this, worked at the same company. God, it was for almost like 8 or 9 years. More like 6 or 7, because we both worked at Target at the same time, and then we both worked at Quality Logo Products at the same time. So she goes in, gets the job, and then butters them up and makes them think I'm worth it. Then I go and join them. So.
She's the hype man. It's a heist. It's a.
Yep.
I'm sorry. I've been playing too much GTA. I've been playing too
Yeah.
much. Anyway, Teethwiner, are you ready?
Sure. So, how is everyone? I've already asked the three of you. How are you, Psyche? It's not like I don't know you in real life.
Yeah, who are you? I'm doing well. I finally got the cat in here, and it took forever, but now he's just freaking passed out.
I see that.
You wouldn't know the struggle it was to get him in here, but now he's
So
like,
rare.
he's looking
Fine.
so calm.
He's like, fine.
Oh, but no, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm glad to be here, even though I know this episode is gonna be a
Don't worry
little
about it.
cursed, and
Nope.
my mom
Nope,
and dad
fine.
are here, but it's fine.
Listen, Long Island iced teas with them tomorrow afternoon.
That's right. Mom did say she would drink with y'all, which is concerning.
Long Island iced teas are the best.
Take us to Atlanta, Psyche. God.
I don't think Atlanta could handle y'all. I don't.
I
don't know.
I don't think so either.
I am just a small
That's too
boy.
far
You know-
south for me.
Hilariously enough, my family in Atlanta would also gladly drink with us all.
What is it with Atlanta? And like, yeah, come on down, sugar. We'll drink with you.
Yeah.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
I've never
Mr.
been farther
Wagner.
south than Southern Illinois University. Like
Okay.
Oh.
I've been all the way up to
Well.
Calgary, but not very south.
Huh. I've been all over.
I ain't never gonna go south of that Mason-Dixie line.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're still in lockdown right now.
Illinois is actually, we're not doing even like our soft opening till tomorrow.
Well, that's
And
nice.
even then, it's like the most you can do is like bars and restaurants can only have people outside and they all have to make sure they're 6 feet apart. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of stuff is still going to be closed. But Illinois is also the only state that has met all criteria so far for opening of every state in the union. So
Oh wow.
Yeah, well, Arkansas is pretending that they did all that stuff and they didn't even like have.
We didn't
anything
even
to
shut
lock
down.
We are reopening on May the 4th because we're doing so great.
I didn't
And
know
then-
how much I was graying until this stupid shutdown because normally the sides of my head are shaved and it's all
Oh
grown
no.
in. And
Oh,
I found
no.
a lot more gray hair than I thought I had.
Oh,
So stupid. Okay, so who remembers everything or some of the things that happened last week?
I'm going to fail this quiz. I know it.
So last week we had a dandy old time.
Do we have a scribe?
My mental is the best scribe ever existed, Mr.
Oh,
Whitener.
Oh, we're gonna miss
I-
so
I-
much.
Shut up.
We're doomed.
I do take notes. I need to go grab my notebook. But last week we shut up. I do too. We talked to our good drow friend, and basically he told us to go find more information because we didn't really have much. We met Big Schnoz, who we still think is behind something. We went to the underground. Korg led us to his stomping grounds to meet a man with some knowledge on alchemical and poisonous such things. We discovered that something that could have been the culprit in our poisoning is found in the Advari Empire. At God's Head was the name of it.
The
Or God's
God's Mouth is
Yes, the God's
is the largest inland body of water in the world.
Mm. And then we went to a tavern and compared boobs and butts.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
I'm forgetting that the cliffhanger.
The B&B.
Oh, the letter.
The cliffhanger was
that's
the
right.
lovely letter. Yes.
A letter written in blood, and it basically said, if you guys don't capitulate to our desires, we're going to start really. You thought that this was bad. we're going to do some real damage in the future.
The murdering.
Yeah, so that basically summarizes it. I'm going to come up with a name for the plant real quick.
That's okay. Take your time.
It is. Okay. It is the bean's name, and you will learn this if you talk to your friend Edwin at the.
Oh my god, it's a bean?
It is. It's
No,
a cast, it's related to the castor
we
plant.
talked about beans last night, so I'm just getting flashbacks. No, it's
Oh,
fine.
it is
There's nothing
related
wrong
to the
with it being
castor
a bean.
plant, which is a bean. It produces the deadly toxin known as ricin. So
Ricin.
basic, yes. So, but this works a lot faster and is far more deadly. It's known as Urolix.
What?
No, that doesn't sound right.
Your licks.
Your licks. Honey, how about we just set it aside? The poison.
Okay, we'll bean it later. Okay.
We'll call it a peanut.
It's, you know
Solid
what? It's okay,
doom
Teeth.
bean.
I relate to this. My players make fun of names I come up with too.
Oh, all the
Psyche.
time. We
What's the
make
name?
fun of him.
How about the Dimabine?
I like that.
It's
The
named after
diamond.
it's named after a fallen angel, basically.
Diatrax.
Who is really
Oh.
hateful and mean, and he causes people to like cough up, he causes people to like bleed from their eyes and stuff.
Sounds
So-
like an ass.
Yeah, he kind of is. So basically, they're like, better not be messing with any of this stuff, otherwise you're gonna be in big trouble, mister. See? You better
See?
stop. You better close down this temple.
Welcome
You
to
better
our
do it now.
1920s fantasy theme.
I like it. I'm all for it.
Okay. So you just received news of this. Cord has only just now woken up. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. How are y'all feeling about this?
I go to the bar and I don't even like ask the bartender, and I just grab whiskey and pour it into my coffee after reading what I just read.
Okay. How much is whiskey? I'm gonna have to start a new tab on you. It's probably in here somewhere.
Yeah, I
It's
imagine he would come down and see us all looking very shaken and reading it at the table.
Yeah, well, he just finished reading it himself at the end of this session. So he's the one who I think determined that it was written in blood.
That's right. It was written in blood, wasn't it? Ugh.
Yeah. Nom nom.
That's
Straight
just
from the eyeballs.
What is with you two? I swear.
We're a match made in hell.
Yep.
Well, that's quite the letter.
Morbid.
Bit.
Written.
I'm not as familiar with all this religious unrest. Is this common in this city?
I mean, there's always been differences, and there are a lot of cities out there who believe they are above the gods, and the great Lucius is not appreciated by all. But to go so far, I've never seen this.
Yeah, it's a bit much, huh?
Oh dear, Evie, ever so Yes, a bit much is the way you could put it, I guess.
Yeah.
Everybody who's lived here would know that this is relative to most places in the world. This is a very accepting campus part of the country, part of the world. So it's very unusual that somebody would be doing this. Usually there isn't a lot of violent crime either. So it's very strange. So, what are you gonna do, guys?
We said there were letters spread all over the
Oh, I
city,
see, I
weren't
was
they?
everywhere.
Yeah, most of them have been collected, but because they were collected very quickly. But yes.
But luckily, we were over at the docks, and they hadn't gotten to it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Well, I'm sure the town guard is dealing with this in however they see fit. I say we just continue our search and investigation. Maybe.
Yes.
Didn't we identify that maybe if our mystery murder plant had come through, it would have come through around here? It would have come through by ship? Through these docks nearby?
That's
am I
right. That guy, Korg, suggested.
Which one?
The creepy one.
You're a creepy one. Who,
No!
Edmund?
The one with the shopkeep and the one I didn't trust.
Yeah, Eddie. He's a good boy.
Eddie. Would he align himself with the docks and say we're in the right place?
I don't know. Here, give me 1 sec.
Oh, God.
Sorry, Corinne was talking to her mom for a while, whispered in the other room, and I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, Mom wanted to know how the interview was. I'm like, oh, thank
Aww.
God. Sorry.
How dare you have
No,
a life?
I know. How dare I care? How dare I care? No, Eddie, he's a good lad. He's a local businessman like me.
I see.
Indeed.
Well, given that information, check it out.
Yeah, we can still
Should
go
do that.
see. Yeah.
Go around.
Oh no, I agree.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, this the barking satyr is very, very close to the ill equivalent exchange.
I
God,
still
that
can't
was
believe we named it the barking satyr.
An inequivalent exchange.
No.
Well, I think more investigation is our best course of action. Just continuing to uncover the mystery here. These are somehow tied together. It sounds like we're dealing with a cult of some sort.
A cult. Well,
Yeah.
I suppose that would make sense. The thing is, with cults, I don't know if we'll know who to trust. So be careful who we speak with. We don't know who's part of this order.
Are any of you part of the order?
Yes, sister. Of course I am. No, I'm not. Oh my goodness, I can't.
It was less directed toward. But my eye on. Notice maybe this whole Lucius thing, the facade. Way to get in with the enemy.
A way to get in with the enemy.
Yep. Which may not be a bad
Brilliant.
idea. Maybe if
Mhm.
we figure out who did this, one of us can approach him and be like, "Hey, heard you don't like this Lucius guy. Neither do I. Maybe we can work together and like trick him, you know? Find out more information."
You're saying one of us should go undercover?
Yep.
That actually might not be a bad idea.
Thanks, I know. I'm a genius.
I wouldn't
Glad you
go
finally
that
recognized
far.
my prowess, sister.
I wouldn't go that far. But I
I
would
mean,
say...
I don't know. Aviana would probably be the best. I mean,
You know,
she's
I
not
think-
from around here. She looks like you, but is not you. And you've already made it clear to everyone who's ever seen you interact that you don't like one another.
Yeah, see?
However, her people skills could use a bit of work.
What are you talking about? I'm great with people.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
You're
can I
great.
have some pancakes?
Oh my
Yells
goodness.
at the party.
She's ever
That's a
so
pancake.
polite.
I mean,
It's
to be
like-
honest,
It's from.
I could go
he
for
doesn't
some
know.
pancakes.
I
So-
think that the two of you are equally intelligent, if that makes either of you feel worse or better.
Hold
Thank
on.
you,
What's our
Thea.
intelligence? Yeah.
So what's the plan, guys?
You should eat. I'm not that hungry anymore.
Should we go to the dock?
I
I mean, if you want
suppose.
to interrogate Eddie, we could go to Eddie.
Do we think that Eddie will know if there was something that came in? I thought we asked previously.
We did, but they want to know. So I
No,
think Colette
it's-
didn't have the chance to ask him herself.
No, it's all right. I'll trust your word, I suppose. I agree. We should go to the docks and see if they've had anything suspicious brought through. And my dear smart sister
Yep.
may start
That's me.
saying how much she, as well, detests the greatest god to ever exist. I don't know why you would, but you
I
could.
don't really detest him. I really don't have any opinion on him. But, you
Yes,
know,
yes, I know,
fine.
sister. But
That's how it is with these churchy types.
I know.
you
They
could
don't love
see
you, detest them.
who
I know,
dislikes
see?
him as well. We don't have to talk about my type.
Anyways.
Colette pushes away her breakfast. She's totally not hungry anymore.
Korg goes and takes her breakfast because he's totally still hungry.
He's a growing man.
I'm a growing boy.
How old are you, Korg?
How old am I? It's a good
Yeah.
question. Let me
He's
look.
he's 14.
33.
He's just 8 feet tall.
I'm
You know.
33 years. I'm 6'5", so I'm pretty close. 315
You're 10?
pounds.
Oh, you're 10 years older than me and a whole foot taller. Congrats.
Yes, I'm. Mm-hmm. And I pat you on the head.
Ah.
I mean, technically, you're getting older every second.
Yeah. And then you die.
We're all slowly dying. To the docks, I say as I
Let's go.
make an impromptu
To the
sandwich
docks.
out of your toast, pancakes, and eggs. I'm like, this is a
Aw.
sandwich.
He
Let's
invents
go.
the
Oh,
McGriddle.
that sounds so good. Oh my god,
I didn't
McGriddles
mean
are my
to suggest
favorite.
I'd invent the McGriddle, but yeah, I just
Can we
invented
get a McGriddle on our way?
Did you accidentally invent a McGriddle?
I think
Yeah,
we
because I was
did.
like,
I think we
toast,
did.
pancake, eggs, and bacon. It's kind of a McGriddle.
I'm impressed.
I didn't mean to. That
So,
was
so we're going to the docks.
To the docks.
Congrats, you're already there.
And
'Cause,
oh, okay.
The barking satyr is literally on the docks. So where do you want to go? To the east, or
Is
to
there
the
a-
northwest. There is a small stretch of land. Directly northwest, you have the ill equivalent exchange. To the south and east, there is the. To the south and east, there is also some other dockside folk.
Would we want to go and ask the dock people first? And maybe a dock? The people in charge of seeing the shipments? Or should
Yes,
we
like a-
ask?
Like a dock master?
Yeah, or should we go to Illiquid first?
I don't care. Honestly, I'm still waking up.
Fair.
I think since we're here, we might as well look for the Dockmaster or whoever. Somebody has to administer this area, right, Korg?
Yeah,
Oh,
Corky, you know?
jeez.
You're like always here, right?
That was a bet in. I mean, I know of him. His name is. Unless Teeth wants to come up with his own name,
Are we talking about the?
the Dockmaster. I can come up with another one. I just don't want to have too much free reign to just name people.
The Dockmaster's name is.
If you don't come up with one, it's Richard Johnson.
Relier.
Reallier. I
Yes.
like it.
Yeah.
Brelier Largefoot.
Ooh,
He's
wonder what happened for him to get that
He's a
name.
dwarf, so it goes with their weird naming conventions.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's Relian. It's Mr. Lordfoot.
Large.
Oh,
Right.
that
Let's go
name
see
seems
this
a bit on the
Mr.
nose.
Lard.
Okay, so the docks are kind of funny, but Brelier, being the dock master, is very well to do and he is fairly wealthy, but he still lives on the docks, so he can, if there was some sort of disaster, he could get there fairly quickly. He lives to the southeast because we're pretty much, or I should say, you guys are pretty close to the end of the docks. It's to the southeast. And you don't, or I should say, Korg knows of him because he knows a fairly large percentage of the population. But I'm gonna say he probably doesn't know him, because like they probably wouldn't travel around in the same circles.
No,
So-
the most I know of Mr. Lordfoot is he tries to stop me from my few imports I do, and he doesn't like it when I unload ships that don't belong to me officially.
Ah. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh, so you have a bad past with this fellow, I see.
Should
I
we-
mean, I
act-
don't, actually talk to him on purpose.
Oh, so only when you're doing your activities.
Yes,
Ah,
business.
I look
Should we
forward
act-
to this conversation.
Should we act like, we're like doing work for the government? Or should we, like, slide him
Does-
some money? Be like, hey, we got some questions. You got an answer?
I mean, if I were to go up and pretend I'm actually working for the actual government,
You wouldn't
I
believe
don't think he would believe me.
That's fair. We should just bribe him.
Oh, with whose money?
Mine?
Loot.
I was gonna say not mine. I've paid off my tab and
All of
put a
ours?
bunch
I
of
don't know.
your
I figured
stuff
we'd
on
like
my tab.
we'd like go combine. You're exempt then, but like I thought we'd like pool some money together. How much money does it take to bribe people?
I see the church just giving money all the time. They must have tons of it.
Yeah.
Well,
True. Eviana,
yes,
how much money?
but the
Eviana,
church
wait a second.
doesn't give money for bribes. We use it to help
But
feed those in need.
We are using the money to
Don't
try
you-
to figure out who committed mass murder.
And besides,
So-
what's giving money, to people but a fancy
You know what he's
bribe?
gonna do with the money? Probably buy dinner.
So what you're saying is, technically, this is for a good cause.
I mean,
I think that is what I'm
Doesn't-
saying.
doesn't the church just bribe people to worship? Isn't that?
Oh, I like you even more every day.
Yeah, they kind of do, huh?
And besides, what's prayer but bribing a god?
Oh, is that how
Also
you view
true.
prayer?
Man, a lot of the world is. I need to get.
The world runs on bribes.
Huh. people need to bribe me more. Why are more people bribing me? Let me get some
I don't know,
dirt.
because you're not important enough.
Fear just walks out
Hey
a
now,
little bit.
okay, that's not true.
I don't
very
get bribed a
important where
lot
I come
either.
from. I actually have a very successful and lucrative business as a
Oh, then
sellsword.
pay with
So-
your lucrative business.
I can, but you know what that is? Unfair.
Mm.
Unless you want to pay for something later.
Oh,
Fear just
I
kind of
reach
walks
into my
in.
pocket and I go, I have 100 silver dragons.
Oh, I
10
thought about
gold.
just giving him like 5 gold or something. I don't know more. Again, how much are you supposed to bribe you? We lowball it, and then if he's like, then we throw in like 10 gold more. Had original.
Can I just do like a flat out, just some sort of knowledge check to know what the appropriate bribe would be, since this is like my thing? Oh, I forgot I have to use real dice. Like I'm sitting here, no dice in front of me, because I'm used to.
I'm gonna grab some more rice. I'll be right back.
Gotta find my little rolling pad, dude. There it is.
I would assume just one gold dragon at first.
I want to say that if Fear, like, if there was a structure Fear could clearly see was the building, she would already walk up and knock on the door.
Okay, so you're probably walking there now. It's like about a 10-minute walk. So you come across a large abode. Well, it's gated, so it's not an estate, but it has a small lawn around it. It looks very nice. It's 3 stories tall, but it's relatively, each story is relatively small. So because it is a city residence, stone work and some nice masonry. There's a fountain in the front. You can see through the railing of the gate, and there is a guard, not visibly armed, who is standing there. He looks kind of bored, but you wouldn't hear him saying that because he's professional.
Right. May I speak to your boss?
What business do you have with Mr. Largefoot?
I need to ask about a shipment situation. I've been hired to come ask a question about a shipment. Pretty simple stuff.
Roll a deception check.
Oh no. First roll of the night. Wait, second roll of the night. I take that back. Let's look at my character. My deception is not terrible. First dice, Cthulhu. All hail. A 16?
I'll say I'll say a lot of business comes through here, even though he normally would ask for proof. That he says, "Nah, whatever." You have 30 minutes.
Thank you.
Are the rest of you here on a business, or are you here on separate business?
I'm her bodyguard.
All right. What
Is it holy
what about the 2 tieflings over there? Do they have business here as well?
They are local
Fire.
guides of sorts. You can see I'm quite dainty and foreign, so I do have a bit of a retinue. But I promise there won't be any trouble.
Fine, whatever. Go. You may pass 30 minutes, no more, no less.
Thank you for your understanding. So I will walk in then.
Today is what is today? So it's a slow business day, given the fact that it was just a festival and many people are still hungover. So you don't have to like check in at the desk or anything. The guy's just like, "Oh, he's free." The guard let you through. Well, sure, I'll let you up.
It's like,
So
yes.
you climb 3 flights of stairs, or 2 flights of. You climb 4 flights of stairs because each step has intersecting sort of thing going on. And you come out and you knock on the door. Very nice cherry wood door, stained beautifully. It has fine engravings along the outside edges. Clearly costs more than some people's houses around here. He's very well to do. What business do you have?
Oh, hello.
So he, the dwarf, opens a slot at the door in the door that you might not have noticed at first. He's kind of looking at your at all of your midsections because he's considerably shorter than the rest of you. State your purpose.
Hello. I was here to inquire about a shipment. I'm doing an investigation for an employer. I was wondering if you've had any herbal shipments as of late. The last couple months would have come from the Empire, God's Mouth region. I know that's a little vague, but
All right. I don't discuss business in the common room. Come in. I don't want anyone to hear about what's going on. It's private business. Private.
of course.
Cord is gonna put on like a bandana over his face as a impromptu disguise. So I don't, harsh the deal.
Are we corrupt DEA? Are we?
So if he was trying to, well, okay, because I'm asking because I don't know. What kind
That
of
would be
roll would I make to
deception.
see if the guy knew that you were?
I mean, I would
I
roll
think it would
be a-
deception,
Mm-hmm.
and you would do an insight.
He doesn't notice anything. He's far too
Oh,
busy.
thank God.
You roll a 2.
Oh
Good, 'cause I
God!
Or so like I don't even have it like over my face. I have it around my neck.
He's,
And he's
so
like,
entranced by the red.
Cord
and
would
blue
never wear an
emblems.
ascot.
He mistakes you for some of the more reputable half orcs in the city, as there is a clan of well liked half orcs that lives here.
We're red, blue, and green. I just noticed.
I've made updates to it since I left.
So,
Oh yeah, we are. Wow.
Give me one moment.
so
Stuff for Corinne off
a
my
shipment of
No problem.
herbs. I mean, I don't have intimate knowledge of all the shipments that go through here.
Do we
I
remember?
own a sizable percentage of the shipping of the ports in town, but I myself do not control the port because it is private business.
I'm
I
gonna.
only control my own private business, the Largefoot Shipping Company.
Aviana's
So
gonna-
you're going to have to be a little bit more specific if you want my information.
Aviana's gonna lean down and whisper to Fira and act like her voice is bad, so she can't talk very loud. And be like, "Do you remember the guy's name?"
The politician guy.
Yeah. It's like now that we're in private, we can say his name and be like, "We're here for his shipment."
Did
Which
we-
politician are you talking about?
The hawk-nosed one. Did we forget his
We
name?
got hit. We
You
got
never
his name
got
from the
his
guard.
name. You only knew
Oh,
that
I
he
thought
was
we did from the
working
guard.
You knew who he worked for.
Yeah.
I honestly can't remember their name either. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
You can roll an intelligence check to see if you remember.
if we didn't get it, I mean that.
No, you got her name. You didn't get the hawk face.
We would just be saying, it would be so and so's assistant.
Oh yeah.
I don't.
Well, if you're referring to a politician, a member of Parliament, I could get into a lot of trouble if I divulged any of their private shipments. Some of them still have family overseas, and they like to keep their cards close to their chest.
Of course.
And I'm gonna-
of course.
I kind of want to barge in front of Farah and drop the note that's been bandied about town and be like, "How about these cards?" Boom! And, like, slap them on the table.
And also this, and Eviana's just gonna put 5 gold down next to it.
We believe, and my employer believes, that they're connected, especially with the attack on the church recently. There's a shipment that came in potentially with a very volatile and poisonous beam herb. So we're very intrigued, and we'd love to work together.
Roll a
How about
persuasion check.
Can I help? I guess so that they have advantage since
Sure.
I mean
yeah,
we
sure.
slapped the thing on the table and gave him some gold.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Alright, let's see.
Alright.
My favorite tabletop gaming store plus the black space die.
Bennett?
Hey! Those are damn good rolls. Okay, a 21.
Okay. He glances to the side conspiratorially to make sure that his assistant is in the other room. Alright, but you didn't hear from me.
Of course not.
I swear, if any of this comes back to me, I'll deny it, and I'll tell them exactly who that people came to my residence looking for information.
Who are you?
Yeah, I don't know who you are.
I don't know where we are at all.
It's like
But I know who you are!
Please continue.
Sure.
Yes, we understand. Mum is the word.
He kind of recognizes Cord now, and he's still going to divulge the information. Okay,
Just confused.
so about 6 months ago, we received some shipments from the northern region of Advaria. Shipments containing a very strange herb, something that has not been seen in this part of the world. The official logs didn't have a name for it. It was simply called
the bean.
let me think. It's the bean.
The bean. It was quite eerie.
The angel's red eye.
Ugh.
Something like that. We'll call it that for now.
That has a different
related
meaning
to
where
a-
quartz comes from.
It's related to a poison derived from a castor plant, something called ricin. Very deadly, but this is even more so. If inhaled, it will kill anyone almost instantly. It's very rare, and it only grows at the God's Mouth because of the nourishing waters that supply the river nearby. Only those who have access to to this region of the God's Mouth would be able to ship.
Who?
Not even rich folk have access to it simply by virtue of being rich. You have to have an inn. You have to have connections. You have to have family.
Who shipped the shipment in?
It seems to have been a friend of a friend. We don't have proof of anything, but we suspect that it was a relative of the Paratine family, former countess of the region in the far north of our city. We didn't say anything because, well, we didn't have any proof that they were using it for nefarious reasons. For all we knew, they were just trying to get it out of the Empire so that the Empire couldn't use it for their reasons. But we started to become suspicious, and I've sent out some probes myself to see if perhaps they were involved in the incident yesterday.
Have you?
So you
reported
are aware. Oh, I'm sorry. Farrah, you're the face. I'm just the big strong man.
No, apologies. I was just going to say, have you reported this information to the authorities?
Not yet, because my personal scouts have not come back with anything. I can't turn someone in on a hunch.
Of course, just the
We've
ship.
noticed.
We believe. I think all of us in this room can agree that was the weapon used, right?
Quite possibly. It seems likely.
Our research aligns with that line of thinking. So, we need proof. And this is a question to anybody in here. Would we be able to find proof at the God's Mouth? Or would it be better to explore through the city and potentially go the route of your scouts and try to find something here?
This is player knowledge, but the God's Mouth is half a world away. It would take a very long time to get there, and you probably by that point they could have just left. So it'd probably be more time efficient. And I'm not trying to give you advice or anything, but realistically,
That's fair. Like, if my character would have known geography, then I would have made an educated decision. So, we need to investigate this family subtly and see if they are at the root of it all. It appears, though, that the behaviors are going to get bolder. I'm sorry, Korg, we're going to add something, sir.
No, I was, just being your hype man and,
I feel very hyped.
Yes.
Well, do you have any leads about the family? Or are you still waiting?
what we know is that they were Advarian loyalists during the war, the latter portion of it. They only decided to come back into the fold because they knew that they could not win, and they would surely be kicked out of the country, deported in disgrace to their homeland if they did not align themselves. They're opportunists, but they know when they might be opportunistic, but at the same time, there are reasonable reports of folk around these parts knowing that they had no intention of rolling over until it became evident they couldn't get out.
So it sounds like they've got a whole bag of chips on their shoulders.
It could be.
This is a world question.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, I just lost it. What gods are worshipped in the Empire? Is it align with this radical groups?
They almost exclude. Okay, so there are some. Basically, there are three pantheons. Those above are worshipped in most parts of the world. They're the good gods. Those betwixt are worshipped in certain parts. Some worship them more than others. They're kind of neutral. Some of them are evil. Most of them are a good chunk of them are good, and a fair number are also neutral. Those below are pretty much not worshipped in any part of the country en masse, with a very small number of exceptions. They're bad.
Okay.
They worship, and this is something I'm just gonna say. Pretty much everybody knows this. The Avarians are very, very loyal to Vocilio, Usulin, and Eravia, as they draw their lineage from Eravia, the queen of the goddesses.
Okay. And our note referenced the ones above repeatedly, right?
Yes, the note referenced the high gods, and roll a knowledge religion check.
Okay. Let's do our white dice for holy stuff, right? Not so good. A 10.
A 10, you probably don't remember. You probably can't recall specifically who the high gods are.
Would,
I'm not super religious.
I was gonna
would
say Korg is
Colette,
just gonna.
though?
Yeah, Korg was just gonna be like, and look over at Colette and be like, Colette, what are the high gods?
Yeah, she might. Roll. Go ahead.
Okay, let me go ahead and roll.
If you don't have a bonus to religion, you've failed us all as a cleric.
18.
Okay, you definitely know.
Yeah.
The high gods are not simply those above, they are the highest echelon. It includes Usulin, Basilio, Aravia. So basically Basilio, his wife, and his son. And then a mysterious fourth god who is believed to have died, known as simply the god. Not much is known about that one, but it supposedly had a very important part to play in the world in the early ages.
Colette would relay all this information, but at the end she would say, "Unfortunately, Lucius is not among the high gods, but we know in our hearts he deserves to be there one day."
Of course. So what we're putting together right here is that a former Adveria Empire loyalist family ordered some very poisonous herbs. A bunch of people died from said poisonous herb, and then a bunch of leaflets. Speaking of worshipping specifically high gods that a lot of Adverians worship, have been circulated around the town. Either this is a mighty good framework, or I think we should investigate this family further.
Now, what are the odds that you have records of this trade? And what if we paid you 10 gold and made it look like someone, I don't know, roughed up your office to steal those records so that you wouldn't be complicit in handing them over?
Okay, roll a persuasion check.
Can I do it as an they're the same for me. No.
You can roll a persuasion check, but you can use your strength modifier.
Oh, well, okay.
Because he'll be somewhat intimidated by that. You stand a solid, like 4 feet taller.
Yeah.
Not 4 feet, a solid 3 feet taller than him. 2 or 3.
17.
I'll say he looks a little bit uneasy, but he agrees. 10 gold isn't much to him, but he kind of but he might be kind of a jerk, but he has a good heart. He does want to help.
So I'm going to give him my 10 gold, and I'll go, all right, anything in here you absolutely don't want broken?
I prefer nothing be broken.
All right, well, I got to make it look believable. I got to break a lock on some doors. I got to throw papers around.
Like 2 locks, maybe. Here, I'll start, like, setting some things down. Like, Eviana just starts, like, putting
I thought you
things...
said setting. I thought you were going to say setting things on fire. And I was going to be like, no, Eviana, don't.
No, she starts, like, grabbing some papers and, like, gently tossing them around and, like, takes a candle and sets it down or a candle holder with a candle, then breaks the candle off. That's it
in a drawer. Or like a filing cabinet. The records, are they in like a drawer or a filing cabinet?
They're in a filing cabinet in another room. Let me go set my secretary off.
Well, I want to break the lock to that drawer. Like, just I'll pull it open.
Frederick. Yes, sir. I need my morning whiskey. Bring it here immediately.
Oh, me too.
Right away, sir. So he heads downstairs. He doesn't pay much mind to you guys, so he kind of just walks on by. And right this way.
Oh,
He
alright.
he leads you to a large, it's practically a wall of filing cabinets, but it's sorted by date, so it's not too hard to find what he needs. It was about a couple months ago, so he spends about 10 minutes looking through the drawers, and eventually he finds the file he needs. Be gentle. These things don't break easily. Or is it these things don't break easily, and I'd be worried to destroy the filing cabinet itself.
No, don't worry. I've got a bit of a tender touch.
I doubt that, but
For this, would I roll my strength savings throw? I'm always forgetting. Or is it still just a regular strength? Because
probably the strength check.
because I'm proficient in strength.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Roll a strength check, but you're kind of trying to finesse it. So maybe I'll let it be a sleight of hand if you have a modifier for that.
I do.
Okay. So yeah, so you're trying to finesse it with your muscles. So I'll say.
So with my strength bonus instead of my dex bonus.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a 9 plus 3 plus 2. So a 14.
14.
Yeah.
I'll say you break it, but you also kind of bend the drawer out of shape. Damn it! It's gonna take 4 gold pieces to fix.
Bionic gives 4 gold.
Oh, thank God I'm out of gold.
Fine. Here's the record. So you've kind of thumbed through the pages, and you notice that it's from a family back home, a vassal of House Deok. Deok being the ruling family of the Godsmouth region. But it's not them specifically. It seems to be a smaller house that has property on the Godsmouth as well. And their name is the Perennial family.
Do they order these every year? Sorry, it's not the time.
So, yes. You don't have definitive proof, but just roll. Everyone roll an intelligence check.
4.
Natural.
Where are all the 20s I was
About
getting
the inner
last?
workings of the sordid inner workings of the these
A 24, that's a natural 20.
Okay. You can kind of reason that Parateme and Perennial have the same base words. They're probably related.
Okay. Almost like
You
a
wouldn't have to
banner.
go to have proof. You'd have to go to a library or something to look up, all family trees and all that stuff. But you reasoned that it's likely that they're like a sister branch of the same family.
Okay.
Okay.
It's always
Well,
fixed.
Are you satisfied, Korg? Are we ready to
Yes.
abscond?
And I put the the forms in my whatever I have serving as a backpack.
Okay. Gotta get out of here. Frederick doesn't usually take more than 15 minutes to get my
Oh no, and it's
my
been
morning whiskey.
13 minutes.
Right. We appreciate your time and patronage, and we will take our leave.
Yep.
Eviana, as we walk out, you should probably knock over gently some plants, maybe scuff some things.
Like, kicks a wall and punches a door and knocks over some stuff off of a table or something.
Knock over some files. Good.
Sorry. Nora.
Not sorry. See you next time. There's a import of dwarven fire whiskey into the city. Bye, Mr. Lordfoot. As we walk out.
Colette covers her eyes so she doesn't see the disorganized mess and hurries forward.
As we get down the stairs, I'm like, "Come on, Fear, it's fun," and I knock a painting off the wall.
Mr. Largefoot, what happened in here?
Nope, time to go.
Did you really have to knock over the painting?
I thought I told you fools that you only had 30 minutes. You were in there a solid 45 minutes.
Sorry, when you get chatting with an old friend and you talk and
It just be
doing those continental goodbyes can take a while.
Right. Well, have a nice day. And he goes back to reading the note that everybody else in town has already seen.
And I say you too when I pat him on the back, probably a little too hard.
He coughs.
Good, I helped you.
Why is
Click it.
Louis freaking meowing? What does he want? Oh my god.
He's stupid.
I mean, I did redeem a feed the cat if he's hungry.
Yeah, there you go.
Feed that cat.
So, what do you guys want to do? Well, actually,
Shall we-
hold on. Just as you walk outside the door, a runner boy from the Temple of Lucius approaches you. He seems to have been quite in a hurry, and actually, Colette, you recognize him as being the hand servant of the High Priestess.
Oh.
Colette, I thought I'd never find you. He's in a huff.
What's wrong? Is everything okay?
No, nothing's all right. Where were you? The temple.
Are you talking about the attack on the temple?
Oh, our temple.
What?
They took. Oh gods.
It's okay. We're here now. What happened?
Yeah, you're freaking us out. What happened?
Beth's been missing for 12 hours.
Beth? I saw her before we left. What do you mean Beth's missing?
We haven't seen her since she left for the night.
Colette's face turns very pale. Do you know where she was last seen?
No, we don't. We don't know what she does after she leaves the temple. She usually comes back late in the night if she leaves during the early evening hours, but we haven't seen her. We just assumed that maybe she was enjoying some time with friends or mourning the loss of someone close to her. She's been taking this whole thing really hard. She doesn't adapt well to losing folk close to her. So we just decided to give her some space, but we knew that something was wrong when we didn't see her the next morning.
Just give me a moment. We'll figure out something. I'm sure she's all right. Maybe she's just checking up on others and forgot to go to the temple. Stay strong. We'll find her surely.
pray to Lucius that you're right. I pray. And he makes the long trek back to the temple. It seems like he probably only came out here to tell you this, since you were the only person not at the temple yesterday. I mean, this morning.
Would Colette know where around Beth lived? Would she
Everybody lives in the temple if they work at the if they have if they're part of the clergy. She would have only stayed off of the temple's grounds if she had something to do, and you would know that without your role. It's common knowledge to the clergy.
So we probably aren't going straight to the library.
I would like to know where this family lives and if they have any establishments, because if this is connected and she is missing, maybe she is there.
Maybe, but with everything going on. Well, not to be... Something bad may have happened, you know?
It is a worst case scenario kind of hunch.
I take up my flask, take a long drag of it, and like kind of hand it to Colette. And knowing she's not going to grab it right away, I kind of like shake it, like, come on.
Colette takes it and she has a little sip, makes a face, and then just decides to take a huge gulp of it anyway.
Okay, good. That's why I didn't give you the good flask.
She grins. Thank you. I guess we should
No
be on our
problem.
way.
I think Fira will just kind of give you like a small squeeze on the arm.
Colette will smile. She's very much she likes to keep like a strong face and guide the others of the temple, but y'all can tell she is not okay.
I would say too, kind of, so like Fira's usually been kind of like a curious like kid almost, like in her demeanor. But I think the more that's like kind of come out, and like this is kind of like the like latest terribly bad thing, like she's hard focused now, like lasered in basically. Like such a bad analogy, but you know that college student that's done a bunch of Adderall and is studying for finals.
Oh my god. Fira finally got her ADHD taken care of. She's finally got it.
Oh my gosh.
She is focused. But
Don't worry, Farah. I have adult ADD, and I haven't started taking medicine either.
Listen.
That was both in Oregon and Bevan. I want to, but you know,
Well,
means I got to go to the doctor and use my crappy insurance.
oh god, I feel that.
There's
So
no
what do we gotta
insurance in
do,
this world,
kids?
right?
what was that?
To this Becky lady, whatever of yours. Name?
Her name is Beth.
So, what are you gonna do?
Do we? You know her best. Do we want to look for this family? Do you have an idea of where she might be?
We're supposed to be at the temple, so I honestly don't know where she could be. I guess we'll just look for this family, but
Well, you know, she goes out after night, and probably she going out and doing churchy things, letting her hair down. Have you ever gone for a drink with your coworkers after a hard day of preaching?
sometimes we would sit in the garden and have drinks outside at night, but not really a tavern per se.
And there's nobody around the temple that would know potentially.
Well,
Can I roll to see if I would know?
roll an intelligence check just to see
Okay,
if you
okay.
remember something.
17.
You know that. Okay, so let me pull up the calendar. So, there are every day of the week, or I should say, so their calendar is pretty much the same as our calendar with a couple of exceptions. Their week follows a very similar pattern. Sunday is Tall, Monday is Prol, Tuesday is Vosen, so on and so forth. Every Sunday or every Tall, she tends to go out to by herself, and yesterday was Tall. So she goes out. You don't know where she goes, but she follows a ritual every Sunday. She leaves. She goes out on Tall, and then she usually comes back around midnight of the same night. If you happen to be up at the same time.
Okay. Colette's gonna relay that information to the party.
Let me send you how the calendar looks real quick. I'll put it in chat so that you this will be common knowledge to you guys, but you probably need to know how the calendar works.
Okay. So she would go out. Is
You have like family?
or places she would evangelize, maybe like places that maybe she would
Yeah.
go help the needy.
Would I at least know like what direction she went in? Because I'm certain if I said goodbye to her, I'd see which way from the temple she'd go.
Well, the temple's at the top of a hill. There's only one way down.
Well, like she would see like once she goes down the hill, I'm certain like left or right.
Well, let's just say you might have seen her head down the hill, and eventually, maybe if you're heading in the same direction, you see her turn toward the west, which is where the arts and worship district are.
Okay.
But it's not where your temple is.
Mm-hmm. Whenever she left, I never really followed her or anything. I didn't want to be rude, but I know it was towards the arts district.
Okay. Well, maybe we can start going there and ask questions.
That about art.
Yeah.
Art history.
No, about her. Like, people recognize her.
Yes, I know.
Oh, well,
Sorry, I'm being a. I deal with hard situations with poor humor.
Well,
Yeah, that's
shall
fair.
we go? You who live in the city, lead the way. I believe time is of the essence here, so we should move with haste.
All right, so
Or leads the way to get us there in half the normal time.
So it was when we got or I should say you left at 10-ish, 10:15, I think. You got the house at 10:25. You were there for 45 minutes. So it's about 11:10 when you leave. You spoke with 11:20 because you spoke with Lyndon, the head high priestess hand servant, for about 5 minutes. So it's about 11:25. And to get to the arts district, it takes about, I don't remember how long. I said, we'll say like, it normally would take 2 hours of walking, but for you guys it takes like an hour since you get there twice as fast. As you walk, you notice that the populace is kind of just mulling about. Some of them, the streets are noticeably emptier today. There are about half as many people out and about. The markets are not empty, but they are devoid of anything resembling the typical din of the town. People are speaking in muted tones and actually wearing muted colors relative to what they had been wearing. It's very clear that the events of yesterday have had a pretty significant impact on the timbre of the town. Even the arts district is relatively devoid of any kind of cheerful banter or anything like that. Not
Can I-
everybody's sad, but you're
Yeah.
not. The arts district is where the massacre took place. So.
Can I do a perception check to see if we are at all like getting looks since we were there? Like if anybody goes, oh, they were present. Oh, look, it's Colette. She's from the monastery.
Well, you can roll a perception check if you want.
Yeah, it's a 14.
Nobody's paying much attention. There were tons of people there. They don't think anything of it.
Cool.
So, as you arrive in the arts district, you're about you're about 100 meters from where from the Grand Temple Square, where the massacre took place. And what do you guys want to do? So it's about 12:25,
like
just past noon.
shopkeeps out?
Yeah, I mean the businesses are open;
Yeah.
they're just not very
Okay.
busy.
Cool. Oh my god. Eviana is gonna start going. Colette, go ask some questions. No. Eviana's gonna start going to them and about this individual. She drags Colette with her, so Colette, like, explain what she looks like and stuff.
Okay, so
Just
I'm
see,
gonna
like,
say you
hey,
go
maybe-
up to a glass blower artisan, and he says, "Well, let me."
Her name was Beth. She worked at the temple with me. And then
I
Colette would
anybody
describe
of
what
that-
she looks
of
like.
I haven't seen anybody that yesterday or the night before, but usually most days on tall, I see a tall woman matching your description. Usually walking about alone.
Do you know which way she goes? Which way
She usually
walks?
comes from the northwest. Come to think of it, she looks a bit like you, at least in terms of her garb. If it wasn't for the fact you were wearing armor, I'd say that you were of the same cloth.
Yes, I worked with her. Besides coming from the northwest, do you know which way she could have went?
Afraid I can't, missy. Say, don't mind my asking, is there a reason you're looking for this woman?
She's been missing, and she's not the kind to just be gone for so long.
Those above. She wasn't at the festival yesterday, was she?
No, I don't believe so, luckily, but we do work with those who have been impacted by it.
Well, by those above, by those below, and by all the gods and the entire cosmos, I wish you luck finding a friend. I hope she didn't meet a fate as grisly as the bastards down to the south.
Thank you. I do have one more question, though. If you don't know where she went, is there someone around here with more knowledge? Someone who is a people watcher, I suppose.
Well, all kinds of taverns around these parts. Some more upscale than others. A woman like that, I don't suppose would be going to a grubby little inn or tavern. She never spoke to me. She seemed like a woman of class.
So where would you say the nicest tavern is, where a woman like her would go?
Well, all kinds of taverns around these parts. I wouldn't suspect she'd be found in some of them. But you never know. There's the golden swan, the golden goose, the golden eagle, lots of golden birds.
I was in here going, I swear to God, if you say the barking satyr and we have to go back.
Barking satyr? What kind of crap hole is that?
No, Korg's not there. He took Fira to get some street food.
Oh, okay.
Or
He's
are we
already
getting
decided
kebab?
that Fira, even though Fira could very well be much older than me, is his little sister. And he takes her around to get food and stuff.
How old are you?
33.
Okay.
In game. In real life, I'm only 30. That's right. I'm playing a grandpa.
Yeah, Fear is younger than you.
So, I'd say it's a pretty good. So all those golden places. Also, the nicest establishment this side of the arts district is. It's a little bit. How do I put this delicately? Damn delicacy! It's a brothel.
I'm sorry. I must have misheard you. Could you repeat that, sir?
The nicest establishment in this part of town is a brothel by the name of the Black Rose.
Oh. Well, thank you for your time. I guess we will look there.
I guess we'll never find Beth.
May you be blessed by the gods, sir. Farewell.
Yeah. Well, they bless my business. Apparently, they don't seem to give a damn about my glass blowing. I have spent 10 years blowing glass around these parts, and I don't get so much as a side eye from the locals.
Maybe we should go.
I should have just stayed in Myland, where I was appreciated and inherited the family business.
Oh, that's true. Nice, huh?
Well, sir, usually I would say to try here, but with times being as uneasy as they are, it might be a safer option.
Perhaps you're right. Times being what they are.
Farewell. Colette, I'm guessing they're walking back over to Korg and Fira. She looks shocked, but it's more of a indignant, like there's no way that Beth is over at the Black Rose.
Because food is super important to me, IRL. What kind of street food did Fira and Korg find themselves eating?
There are a lot of turkeys that roam the countryside of Novendrock. So they hunt wild turkeys and popular festival food. So there's probably a fair amount of turkey legs.
Is it like a giant turkey leg, like at the carnival?
Yeah. Except these turkeys are like these turkeys are enormous turkeys. Like they're as big as a human. So you wouldn't be carrying one of those around.
I like to think that
these are.
I'm eating one and holding it in one hand. Fira has like a little cart.
They're known as turkey hawks.
So it's like the size of like a human thigh.
Yeah, they're very they're predatory birds, and
no, I was just saying. He said it's the size of a human, so I said like a thigh.
They're predatory birds. They can't fly, but they have mighty jaws and beaks that can tear through iron if they're big enough.
Are they like chocobos? Did they eat? Oh no!
So, the town has the largest county fair in the United States.
Are you
so
from
we don't
Texas?
have to. No, we're from Sandwich, Illinois. Actually, it's county fair. Not state fair. The state fairs are always bigger than us. But we don't have to wait for Ren Fair to get a giant turkey leg. Every August, we can just get them at the Sandwich Fair. It's great.
Yeah. So these you wouldn't be carrying around one of those turkey legs, but they have basically what they shave off some of the turkey leg and using gravy kind of stick it to a large piece of bread so that it resembles a normal turkey leg.
I thought you were gonna say a stick, so it'd be like cockalash from that episode of The Simpsons.
So it's like it's a folky leg.
I love this strange kebab you have, Korg. This is very interesting food. Oh, hello. Colette. Colette, why are you you have kind of Korg, how would you describe her reaction, her face right now? There's something wrong. But not like bad
Looks like
someone...
she's cleaning out chamber pots. And she, she knows
nose.
she's gotta do it, but she doesn't wanna do it.
Yeah, like she smells something really bad.
And she can't get away from it because she's got to be near it.
It's just
Is it
so.
us?
No. It's just. We talked to the young gentleman over there, and he said the most absurd thing, and I can't quite wrap my mind around it, but he said Beth could have gone to the Black Rose, which is a place. Yes, some may call it a. And she like whispers, brothel, but
A whorehouse.
Oh, what's that like?
Uh,
We don't really... I've heard of them before in cities I've traveled through, but I've never really experienced it.
it's
I mean, I prefer the, doing the hard work for the hard work. But if it's more your thing, I mean, brothels serve a purpose.
I suppose they do. But we don't have to go there. I doubt she would have gone to the Black Rose.
No, this is your lead, Colette. We should go.
What?
Go.
Does your church not allow sexual pleasure?
No, we do. It's just
Maybe we should like a side gig. Make more money for the church.
I mean,
Great form of
plus
stress
there's
relief.
that whole
Actually, as an
bingo.
aside, and at least Colette would know this, it's encouraged. Well, okay, so priests and priestesses
Colette's a
of
prude. That doesn't mean that they are.
priests and priestesses of Lucius are almost exclusively very attractive people because he is a god of beauty, and back home where the religion was begun. Traditionally, priests and priestesses would, have children together so that they could keep the clergy looking as beautiful as their god. So they are not prudish about this, typically. So.
It is not unheard of. As followers tend to be of the more attractive side. But I did not think she would be of that manner. I thought that we were both, celibate. But we should go. But we will just pop in to ask questions, and we will leave, and we will find her not there. I'm certain of it.
All right.
Colette. I respect your opinions, but just from a biological standpoint, from medicine, celibacy isn't always the answer.
Oh, thank you, Fira. Okay, let's go. Do you have all the food you want?
Oh yes, I found a kebab. I
Oh.
wanted a kebab and I found one.
Okay, all right, let's go. And she's a bit.
I have
Huh?
kebab. Wait, where'd you get the kebab?
Oh no, here I got you one.
Yes. Oh, really?
My,
Oh, sweet.
my
thanks.
cousin back home, Victor, always told me how much he liked them.
Oh,
Teeth,
Only
Thank-
one
thank you.
silver dragon apiece.
Teeth, would there be like another stand that was selling drinks?
Yeah, nothing hard. Maybe some juices, some cider, not hard cider.
Only flaccid cider.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, flaccid cider.
Colette's going to.
The fields outside of the fields outside of Janisport are rife with apple orchards. So there's fresh pressed apple cider everywhere in the city. Some apple orchards are inside of the city.
Colette's gonna go ahead and get some cider, and she's gonna pour in the flask that Korg handed her. She's gonna make it hard and drink it.
That'll be
I mean,
1
I
and
assumed I
5.
took the flask back, but you can have it. It's okay.
Oh, I thought she was only okay.
No, you can have it. I've got the better one. I gave you like the random ass whiskey. I kept the Dwarven King whiskey in my own flask.
Okay.
5 coppers, miss.
Here you go. Thank you.
Thank you, and may those above smile upon you. Right this way, fresh pressed apple cider. Fresh pressed inside the city of Janisport, right here. Get your apple cider here, folks. Not soft cider, not hard cider. It's fresh pressed all the way from here, right here. That's right, folks.
Yes,
All the
I know.
way.
I'm not a tourist. Thank you. And then she just like huffs
You
away.
didn't say it wasn't flashy.
Pretty obvious he wasn't talking to you.
All right, let's go. I'm very interested in this establishment, so let's go post haste.
Yes,
Alright.
I think Fira would like a new girlfriend.
Wait, you said like... Oh, no, yeah. that makes
I said a girlfriend.
sense.
Remember, we're going for questioning.
To the brothel!
To
Eviana says very loudly.
the place. And then like Colette just like hangs her head down.
Okay, so it's about a 15-minute walk from where you stand. It is so that makes it about 12:40, 12:45. So the Black Rose, it is a gray stone building, for about 3 stories tall. Lovely gardens out front, with trellises, all kinds of roses in bloom, including, you guessed it, black roses. And there's sitting room outside. People are sitting and talking with courtesans, because it's pretty obvious you don't come here just to, get in the pants of some low-bodiced barroom girl. You probably come here to make something resembling a friendship. So they, the people,
It's a girlfriend experience.
Yes, it's an experience.
Yeah,
It's high class.
I think Korg blushes as much as an orc can, because this is very different than what he thinks of a whorehouse or a brothel, because he thinks of them as whorehouse. So
Right.
even though he bathes and cleans himself every morning, you can tell he I'm brushing off my my trench coat that hasn't been cleaned in 10 years, and I make sure I sneakily unbutton one of the buttons on my vest, even though I don't wear a shirt under it anyway, so you can already see my chest. I unbutton
Gotta have the chest hair showing for the ladies.
So he's looking.
Roll,
Roll
roll
the
for the
button.
pettiness of Korg's chest hair.
Roll for chest hair. I'm guessing that's a charisma roll.
No, it's a percentage die.
Oh, a
on scale of
percentage
1 to
die.
100.
Oh,
Are we
Because
really
just like
rolling
your
for
boobs.
Korg's chest hair alert?
look, man,
I
guys
desire
get to roll too.
true equality between the sexes and genders. Okay, so if you guys
I mean,
have to
don't
roll
worry.
for boobs, he's got to roll for chest hair.
Don't worry, Korg doesn't have abs because it's medieval society, and to get abs, you can't do. Don't get me started on bodybuilding in medieval era compared to today. Let's just say getting the kind of body a bodybuilder has today would be almost physically impossible, even for an orc such as Korg. Oh yeah, that's a 75, my man.
You have a very nice amount, but not so much that it is unpleasant to look at.
I look like I got a Mike Rowe kind of chest.
Okay, so we're going to type that in chat.
Good.
Are
Korg,
you freaking gonna pin this like the
chest
other?
hair. Yeah, well, you
Just like
pinned the other
their
one.
Boobs and butts.
Oh my god. else
Okay.
like to roll to see if they're cute to these people?
Well, you've
Come on,
already.
Chester. We already rolled
Oh.
for our boobs and butts.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
and it's
think
not like I'm
That's
gonna
true.
roll. I'm not gonna roll tusks because we all know that Korg has the strongest, most beautiful tusks.
Of course,
Hmm.
yes.
As I've
Colette
mentioned
and
before,
Fira
they
don't
are
speak for themselves.
they are scrimshawed with fancy patterns. They got piercings in each of them. I mean, they're fancy tusks.
Hmm.
And I got to re-scrimshaw them and pierce them every 6 months because they keep growing.
So, yeah, so this is a very nice establishment. You see some people who are dressed in plain clothes, some folk who are dressed in very nice clothing, and some people who are dressed in clothing resembling guards clothing. They might just nothing unusual about that. They might just come here on their lunch hour. Not like you wouldn't assume that just because they're here they're slacking off, although they might be. Yeah, so it's a very, very nice establishment. Well-to-do folk around here. You might even spot a couple members of parliament.
Fira is very wide-eyed and just kind of taking everything in. Is it mostly? Are the employees mostly women, or is it a mix of men and women?
I'd say about two to one women and men. There's more women than men because business. But this is one of the most egalitarian, if not the most egalitarian establishments in the city. So there's a little bit of something for everybody.
Okay. Fira's just gonna take in the sights, I think, unless somebody approached her.
Nobody here is dressed particularly scantily. They are dressed like, they're dressed in nice clothing. They look like, no more revealing outfits than your average bard would wear. So you notice that, you can tell that they're probably late men and women of the night, quote unquote, but they're not. But there's nothing like about their appearance that would necessarily give that away if you were just passing them on the street.
So, Colette, would you like to take the lead on this, or do you need some help?
I suppose I will. To
Okay.
find Beth.
Yeah, to find Beth.
Would I see someone who is like in charge of this establishment, or
So there's a madam. She is a madam. She is a half elf. So she is a average build. She's appears to be in her 20s or 30s, so she's fairly young, but that could just be because she's part elf. You don't really know for sure. But she's sitting at a desk, looking through or flipping through log and ledger books.
excuse me, miss?
Yes, are you buying or selling?
Neither.
Maybe buying.
But that's not why we're here. I am looking for a friend of mine, and I heard she may have come this way. Her name is Beth, and she works at the Temple of Lucius with me.
Well, my dear, some folk like to keep their comings and goings secretive. I can only assume that your friend, if she works at a temple, would be one such person who wouldn't want to be caught dead in a brothel like this, even a nice one. So, I'm not sure I can disclose that information in good conscience.
I understand. Work here could have been of a sensitive matter, but the fact is she's been missing for over 12 hours, and It's not like her at all. And with things going on in town and the attack, well, we're all very worried. We wouldn't turn her away if we found out she had been here.
Well, I suppose I, you see, can't be the one who discloses any such information, but my girls and boys, I can't determine what they do with their life and their free time over a couple of drinks. It might not be in the best form, but what happened in the Black Rose stays in the Black Rose. But you didn't hear that from me.
Well, sir, we're not looking. We don't care what she's doing. It's a missing person. You've read the notes all over the city. We need to know if she's been here. She's missing. This is a life.
Even
I don't
if she
care
had-
about people's proclivities. I care if she's alive.
Oh yeah, everyone has sex.
That's
but-
true. Everybody has sex.
Except for Colette.
Except for Colette, but that
Excuse me, that's
she
not
had to
here
stick up
nor-
her ass.
nor
so-
now.
Colette, you wait.
Well,
you're
it
being
most
serious? You've
definitely
never
is
had sex
here.
before?
I think
Wait.
you're misunderstanding. I can't know anything. But feel free to ask around the establishment.
Oh,
she
Ask
have
anyone you
anybody
meet here.
thank you.
Frequently visited?
No, he's saying he's pulling a. I can't say it, but I can't stop you from asking people about
I
it.
see. I see. Who should we ask, everyone? I vote on the prettiest person.
I'll take 2 people. Give them to me. I don't care who they are.
Actually,
Colette, did she
You
did Beth like girls or boys? Or both?
I don't.
I hope she only liked one, because that narrows down a lot.
So there are
Don't take one of each. I don't care.
in the establishment. I'm trying to think how many. There would be a fair number. I'd say probably about. I don't want to but there are 50 people who work here.
Oh,
I guess maybe
I'm certain Colette would have seen if Beth had ever talked to any of the boys or anything.
there are 5 men and 10 women.
all right. I'm gonna look back at the madam. Colette, if you're not comfortable doing it by yourself, I think everyone else is. You're welcome to join me.
I mean, you just talk people.
Madam, I feel like the best way to talk to them is in a private setting.
Oh no, I mean, yeah, Colette can just I don't know,
She
have
can
lunch
either-
with them or something.
Yeah, she can hang out with one of us, or maybe wait
Here,
outside.
Colette, I'm broke, so I'm not doing anything.
How
I
much
have
for
0
those
gold.
2 girls over there to have a private conversation? I'm asking them that.
So in the establishment, there's 3. There are 2 men, 2 human men. There's a dwarf, elf, and a half-orc. And there are in the establishment 10 women. There are 5 humans. There's 2 elves / half elves, counting the madam. There is, I think, there is a dwarf, a tiefling, and a, I think that's it. I think that's all 10, all 10, all 15.
I guess.
You said the tiefling is a female?
Yes.
Korg also has a very kind of important question. Do those dwarf women, do they deal with their beards by shaving them, or do they make them super pretty and flowers and braided and whatnot?
In this campaign setting, dwarf women are they don't have beards, so.
Korg is uninterested in the dwarf.
Well, madam, I would like to have a private conversation with the tiefling girl and one of the half-elfish girls. How much would that rent me?
Well, the half elvish girl is me, so you might consider taking your business elsewhere.
Oh, excuse me, I misheard. Was there an elvish girl then?
There, yes.
Okay, excuse me, I meant elvish.
Okay, so we have Lily and Delilah here. They are that Lily is the elf and Delilah is the tiefling. With whom would you like to speak first?
Oh, can I do both at the same time? I don't understand. Did I say something weird? Everyone has a weird face.
No. Go get him, Fira. And I pet Fira on the butt like a basketball coach.
If you're feeling brave enough.
Is that strange in your culture to have sex with multiple people?
No, not at all.
I thought you were talking to them, Fira.
Yes.
Oh, I
Wink.
am. But I picked up on. I got the context clues. Finally.
No, it's weird for Colette because boobies are scary. And so are
Colette, we
we.
really need to have a talk. I thought you were joking about the celibacy thing.
Anyway, let's look for Beth.
Okay,
I
yeah,
will
Beth's
chat
right.
with whoever's available. Anyone. I don't care.
I put my arm around Colette and be like, all right, Colette, let's go and do more detective work, not detective work, and learn a bit about our friends here.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some
Cork is not
detective
gonna
work.
So
Cork is
you,
not going to be up doing any of that. He's both broke and confused.
His
So-
dwarven women got him in a huss.
Colette's bright purple.
so Swampy's called the male elf and the human female.
Me and Swampy.
This isn't a
Gil,
restaurant. This isn't friggin'
Gil called the elf
I go,
and the
like, Colette, it kind of is
and
a
the tiefling.
restaurant.
No.
I like gesture to the menus.
Find your favorite flavor.
Okay, stop caps locking.
Mom, go away.
Go! Have fun.
Mother, go away.
Hey, Mama
Your mom was
Starshine, we're going
gone.
to naked room.
We're questioning people at a brothel. Go away.
Okay,
No.
so there's 15
And also having
employees,
sex.
14 if you don't count the madam.
Okay. So we're questioning 4 for me
While we're
and
talking,
Eviana. The rest of the 10 are yours.
Good luck. Have fun.
Okay, so how are we divvying it up?
Just take turns. Just go by
Okay.
each person.
Okay, so we'll start with Swampy. You talk to the male elf and the human female.
Yeah.
Okay, so the male elf, his name is Barley,
All right.
and the human female's name, or this one is named
it's like he also says.
Cynthia. So my, I don't know how to phrase this. So how are you doing today? That's Barley.
Bad? No, could be worse. I mean,
Bad.
Given it
I'm sorry to hear that. You want to tell me more about it?
just murders, nasty stuff.
I've heard all
Like
about
that.
it. People
Yeah.
coming and going, they just don't seem to. They
Yeah.
all seem to be in kind of a state of unrest and sadness. But that's not what we're about.
No, of course not.
I'm sure you came here to forget all about that.
Exactly.
So, by the way, these
Oh.
guys don't know why you're questioning them. So, they
Oh,
have,
no.
So they
Uh,
think that this is a social call.
Is this a very
Eviana-
book club kind of deal?
Is it like host club or is it like host club then sex?
I mean, it can be whatever you want. So,
Eviana totally has sex to get rid of stress, mostly from seeing her sister. and then like when they're all cuddling, talking, then she'll bring up oh god, Beth?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
The other.
You've forgotten her name.
Well, I kept remembering when I called her Becky, and all I could think of was
God, she's such a Becky.
You're like, so Becky with the good hair who was here earlier. What happened? And they're like, what?
Who blazes is Becky?
I mean Beth. Shit, sorry.
Beth. You gotta be a bit more specific. Beth
Yeah,
is not exactly an uncommon name.
Priestess, really good looking.
Yeah.
Priestess of
Human
loose.
question mark?
Uh,
Did we ever
she-
find out what race she is?
She's an elf.
Elf? I mean, not human. Sorry, thinking of Becky again.
She's well, and this is I don't remember what her name is. Cynthia's talking.
Beth.
Well, there is she didn't take much interest in us, but she didn't take much interest in us, but I've seen her around every now and then.
Okay.
She
My
spent a lot of time
sisters.
talking to. She spent a lot of time talking to that tiefling girl. Oh, what's her name? She's new. I can't remember.
Interesting. Good to know. Well,
I don't ask people what they do in their spare time. We might be courtesans, but we aren't nosy.
that's fair. Well, I will say, lovely, you are always welcome to ask me what I'm doing in spare time. But for now-
So that took probably I don't know, 30 minutes. I don't know. How long do you think it would take?
45.
45
Ain't it that
minutes. So
easy?
it's
Hey,
so
first of all, she paid for it. Second of all, it's a threesome.
How
Third of all,
much
she's
did
not
I
the
pay?
this is not a lowball establishment, so I mean you're looking at several gold pieces.
Is she gonna dash and dine, or dine and dash? Is she gonna?
Gotta pay
Or-
beforehand.
Are you gonna pull
If you
a
don't
plot?
want to ever, if you want to be sure to never get let into this establishment again, it's for an hour. It's 5.
Can
Alright.
Swampy and Gil do a Podrick roll to see if they give the money back because they were
Sure, go ahead.
This isn't Game of
You have to
Thrones.
roll real well though.
Is it a
Roll
D100 again?
percent dice.
Oh no, it was Gil. Look, it's cocked onto a natural. Oh,
Well, it's a D100.
oh. Well, I rolled a natural. Oh,
You rolled a
No.
what?
and have
No,
to roll
I-
wrong dice.
oh, you're wrong, guys. Let me do. 75.
They'll only charge 4.
Ooh.
You got a Bath and Body
Well,
Works
no,
discount.
four would be. They charge 3 and 2, 3 gold and 2 silver.
I'll just 4.
Okay.
Well, 3
Well,
gold. and 2
that's how
silver
much
is
you would be
less
paid
than-
since you took 45 minutes.
So, okay, it's at Fira's peeps then. Next.
Oh, sure.
Do we go to a room, or am I still out on like the main area?
For a second, I thought
Well,
Fira was
um,
asking if you just have.
We tend to do it in rooms because some people don't come here for that sort of experience. Some
I
people
see.
come just for companionship, and we don't want to make them feel uncomfortable coming here on their lunch.
That's fair. Well, lead the way. So Fira will go into the room with them, the two of them. So, I have a couple of questions. Well, maybe several. Okay. So, first things first, before we get to the fun, do you know of a elvish woman named Beth? She's missing. She comes here semi-frequently. It's part of the reason why we're here. My friend is horribly worried about her. She's from the church, Lucian?
Well, yes, actually, I do. Why you said she's missing?
Yes, she has not returned to the temple. We found out that she comes here semi-frequently. I honestly, unless it helps me find her, I don't really care why she comes here. Sex should be celebrated and is a wonderful thing. But I do want to try to help find her. So, like, any information, she comes here on Tal normally, right? Like every Tal?
Yes, she was here just last night. She visited me, actually. This is the tiefling woman speaking.
Mm-hmm. Interesting that she has a tiefling preference. Okay.
You don't know this.
I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not here. No, I'm gonna mute my mic.
Mute your head. I mean, I can't. You can still hear if you mute your
I'm
mic.
muting it.
Like, Psyche, I'm bad about interrupting people, but at least I'm not giggling. Like, chill.
Sorry.
So do you have any idea where she would have been? You're probably the last person that might have seen her.
God, she came here. We had dinner together. We had a few drinks. Lost track of time. She left around midnight as always, and I haven't seen her since.
So we have no clue where she might have been or might have gone. Does anybody else may have seen her?
She, one thing is worth noting, she only enters and exits through the side door that leads into an alleyway. We offer it as a courtesy to our patrons so that they don't feel uncomfortable entering if they are in certain positions that might frown upon their comings and goings being of the courtesan type.
I just want to take a moment, and I'm obviously not from here, but that's such a strange concept to me. What a prudish kingdom. I don't know. That notwithstanding, I will have to investigate the side entrance then, if it's possible. Maybe there's some evidence there, maybe some sign, some clue. I appreciate your help on everything. Unless you had something else you might find helpful to inform me of?
No, nothing much. Nothing at all, actually.
Okay.
There was when she said that, she looked, her eyes looked somewhat distant. Roll up an insight check.
Okay. Ooh, good one. Insight. Oh, it's wisdom. A 20 non-natural.
Okay, so she, you can kind of guess by looking at her that she was, the way that she talks about Beth, she was a friend, and of course they were intimate many times, but they didn't seem like lovers or anything. But the idea of losing a friend definitely made her seem like she was distant, remembering something. And then she puts on a facade to try and, not lose business.
Okay, to my other things. Sweetie, if your head's not in it, you can totally take a moment. Don't worry, we're working on it. Now to you, my delightful flower. Do you have a safe word, and do you mind heat?
Oh,
It's totally fine if you do mind.
not at all. Just, my safe word is caboose. I don't know what it means.
Oh, okay, wonderful. And I kind of pat the tiefling girl on the cheek, and Fira has an enjoyable, stress-relieving time. And she's a fire genasi, so things get a little warm.
See, that's scary to me because the tiefling are ice tiefling. Oof.
Unmute, Psyche. Unmute. Okay, and that's what Fira's doing.
Did you just ask my husband what the safe word was?
Well, now I know it's Caboose.
I made that up, by the way. So for some reason, that was the first word that came to my mind.
Fair.
So.
We're just gonna gloss over the fact that Beth has seen this tiefling many times.
Oh my god.
Listen. Oh wait, I wanna for funsies just roll a percentile dice.
Hellgate, the safe word was caboose. That's what my
Don't know what it
husband said
means.
to Gil, as
Yeah,
they
so
both pretended
go
to
ahead
be
and
women at a
roll.
brothel.
Do I get extra points for rolling 69?
Oh my.
Yes, but only in the context of what that means.
Hey. Alright, so Colette and Korg, yeah?
Oh man, I was about to run to the restroom. That's okay.
No, Colette
can
can have
feel
her
it.
own
Quick,
thing.
baby.
No, go to the bathroom. Colette can.
It's gonna be like 30 seconds.
So, how long do you think you took, Gil? I'm not going to ask for specifics. It's a fade to black sort of scenario, but I
No,
need to
I
keep
mean-
track of time, and I assume you're doing this at the same time.
Yeah. Fear is practical. Probably about 30, 45 minutes.
Okay, so you're probably fading to, or I should say, unfading from black around the same time that Swampy is.
The really fun stuff requires intimate knowledge of each other, and that takes a lot longer, so...
Okay.
Gil, I love
Okay.
you, sweetie.
All right, kids. What are you two?
Cows.
What are you two non-perverts doing?
Colette is going to be sitting in the garden. She'll probably have like ordered tea or something to be doing something with her hands and not looking around herself. So just sitting, drinking tea. Waiting.
They have a very fine establishment. It's called Black Rose Tea. It's not establishment, very fine specialty tea. It's typical, fruity berry tea, but it has rose water made with the black roses, and it adds a little bit of darkness to the tea. It's a house specialty. It is a silver and 5. Pretty nice.
I'm guessing Colette's gonna sip it and find out she likes it more than she thought she would. Kind of like the day you find out Hooters has really good wings, but like you don't want to go to Hooters.
This is the best sentence I could have ever sat down to. Let me tell you, Hooters has wings, but they're only wings like with air quotes around them. They're not worth it.
Oh.
And thank you, whoever gave me a tier. Oh, sorry, that's supposed to be in
No,
channel.
it's fine. Thank you so much for the subscription.
Yeah, because I was even sitting there going, I should sub, and then here we go. So.
Yeah. But she's going to be enjoying the tea more than she thought she would. Disappointedly realizing she has to come back here if she wants the tea.
It's in bulk.
Yeah. Is there a store I could buy this from? But yeah, she's just.
No, this is house specialty. Nowhere else in town grows black roses.
Oh.
That's the way. That's the not a
Oh, my
courtesan. It's a
Just like a waiter.
A waiter, serving boy.
Oh. Well, thank you anyway.
We do sell some to go and brew at your own leisure
Oh, I would love that. Please.
for a serving of 10 cups of tea. It's 1 gold piece, which is a lower cost per cup. So it's not like they're
Colette.
trying to rip you guys off.
Yeah. Colette pays the money and puts the little case in her little satchel.
By the way, as an aside, I'm trusting you guys are keeping track of your money because I'm not.
Yeah.
I am.
Okay, good, because I don't know what you said.
Now we know
I know
he's
that
not.
I know that Korg has a tab, and he had to pay it all off, so he doesn't
Yes.
have any money.
Yeah, I
You
paid it
should
all
have
off,
been
and then I
like
paid the
1,000
10 gold freaking bribe. I literally have 0 gold. But, you know.
What else is new, right?
Yeah, just like real life.
While Colette is there, though, she is going to remember all the times they had tea in the garden, and she is going to ask the waiter, "Say, I know this is a long shot, but I'm here looking for my friend. Her name is Beth, and she's been missing, and the madam told me I could ask you, and have you seen someone like her?" And then she gives the description.
Oh yes, beautiful woman. I see her every tall, never fails.
So she
Um,
was here.
Yes, she comes here frequently, actually.
Oh,
And he's only telling you this because he knows that she's missing.
yeah.
The madam has given specific directives to each member of the team.
Do you know who she potentially spoke with the most?
Well, she had no interest in anyone except for the new tiefling girl. Her name is Delilah.
Delilah, a tiefling? Here? And she like chokes on her tea a little.
Were you not paying attention? She told you all of this already.
Yeah, the one walking away with Fira.
Yeah, she's realizing, oh.
They don't pay me to be polite.
Well, thank you for the information.
No problem. I'll be right back with a bag of tea for you.
Thank you.
The air is full of the scent of roses, the scent of wine and tea. It's full of scent. Triggers old memories of yours. Okay, so anything else you want to do?
I think that after Fira had her fun, she would talk to Delilah.
Okay.
Now, are you gonna just talk to Delilah? Or are you gonna like awkwardly open the door and be like, "Fira, are you done with Delilah?"
I think she has enough common sense to not do that.
Yeah, I don't think Colette would
Comically,
ever
it'd be
open
I think
any
she has
door.
the highest wisdom of anybody in the
Oh,
party,
she
so
does.
she probably has a little bit of, she knows how these things go. She's tactful, if nothing else.
Yeah, so she's just gonna wait until they are visibly out of the room. She does not wish to stumble.
Fear would probably stay a little bit with Delilah, just kind of like consoling, because she could tell that something was off with her, like as Colette is walking up.
Okay, so you approach Delilah.
Yes.
Okay.
Excuse me. You're Delilah, right?
What gave it away? She is you guys are purple skin, right?
Yeah.
She's blue.
I am
Okay.
slightly more bluish, but
She
yeah,
is bright. She's closer to royal blue, not quite that dark. She has violet eyes, bright, lavender eyes.
I'm certain Fira already told you. We're searching for a friend.
Yes, anything I can do to help you find her. She was close to me.
When you last saw her, Is there anything she spoke about? Anything odd in her demeanor?
Nothing more odd than usual. She was a little bit of an odd girl.
How so?
Very shy. She very private. She never really described a whole lot about her life to me. I can't imagine my aunt will want to hurt her though. She was good. She was a good person. I don't meet a whole lot of people who are as genuine as she is, but you could tell that she came here. I don't know. All I know for sure is that she always talked about someone.
Really?
Someone.
Oh, please tell us who. They may give us a clue.
Well, it's just a girl. She didn't use names, tell us about who she was. She wouldn't want to give anybody the impression that, I don't know. She was always so odd about those things, but she never gave names or where she knew her from, but she mentioned a girl.
Did she mention her in a fond, like loving way?
Oh yes.
Like romantically?
Melancholic.
So, Colette,
Yes.
I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but you're a very smart girl. Are you connecting the same dots that I am?
You're right. She must have gone to the temple with us. She may be someone I know.
Okay, maybe she's not connecting the same dots I was connecting.
Roll a wisdom check.
Wait, who?
Psyche.
Okay.
A 9.
It's so perfect.
She's lost in thoughts. She's pretty much blocked out Gil. Pretty much blocked out Fira, not listening.
I'm gonna grab her hand. Colette, I think
Yes?
Beth might have been interested in you.
Well, of course,
think
we
it
were
was you.
friends. We would
No,
have drinks
think I'm-
outside all the time, and
A little bit more than friendly. Just a hunch. Just an intuitive thing. But it just seems like these things kind of add in that direction. But that's not quite the mystery we're here looking for. I'm sorry. I just picked up on it. That's all.
Ooh, someone had a crush on you.
shut up, Eviana.
Aviana has no tact.
All things aside, we need to find her. We can deal with these things
Yeah.
later.
So our good friend here actually pointed out that she used a specific entrance. We may be able to find more information there. She would have left that way. It would have been the last place she would have left in the establishment.
All right, well then let's just go there. Thank you, Delilah, for your information.
We'll let you know if we find her.
Absolutely.
Torg, are you going to do anything?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't know, because I think part of my deal was that I was probably would have tried to get Colette to buy me drinks.
Oh, she totally would have while they were waiting. Like,
Yeah.
she's drinking tea.
So, what are we talking? What kind of drinks are we talking here?
What time is it in the game?
What was that?
What's this bar?
What time is it in game?
It's about when you get into the bar, it's 12:30.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh, it's afternoon hard liquor.
You mean like what you've already been drinking all day?
No, that's different. That's my walking liquor. This is like straight liquor. So he's probably having like he's probably moved up from sips of whiskey and whiskey in his tea to like rum.
Okay. So
He's got to fancy it up a bit, something with a
got
bit of
some-
fruit and spice in it. you know.
Bourbon.
So let me see. So rum.
Almost dinner
a
time
nice,
after
a nice
all.
fruit rum with some nutmeg.
He's
Did
drinking-
you put nutmeg in rum? I don't know.
That sounds good.
Okay,
Well,
so nutmeg.
rum is like, yeah, because rum. So okay, there's
I don't drink, so
grog
I have
and
no
then
idea.
there's bumbo, which are both pirate drinks. Bumbo is the more Islander style drink, and it's like rum mixed with like Islander fruits and spices, including nutmeg. So that's probably what I would be drinking.
Okay, so let's see.
Now I do have a 3 gold limit, so please don't go over.
you would have to spend a lot of money even here.
Separate them.
So
Yeah.
it's a silver and 5 for a cup of tea. Liquor costs a bit more, so it's about
I think
3
I would,
silver pieces for a tumble of rum.
yeah, I would probably do my best to get to that limit without making myself inebriated, because Korg knows the value. He's a value added kind of guy. No, I mean, in this situation, Korg isn't really useful. He's not going to sleep with any of the patrons. He's not the most accomplished conversationalist. He just feels awkward here, and at the bar more as a safety mechanism than a I need to get drunk. He's more like, well, I know how to drink at a bar.
Colette
anytime-
understands.
Anytime a lady or a fella, because probably after the ladies fail, the fellas will come up, like try to be like, so, you want to talk? I'll be like, nope, I really don't. I'm not.
Well,
Not my kind.
let us know. We are always open to conversation.
And I'll like hold up my glass and be like, I'll talk to you if I need to talk to you.
Well, you know where to find us, big boy.
And I'm not sure what a green person blushing would be. I guess my face would,
Blue. I don't know.
it would actually be brown, as gross as that is.
Yeah, it
So my
would.
cheeks turn like a brown.
His face turns poop red.
Poop red.
Poop red.
Like, all right, that's an out of context.
His
quote
blush
that I
looks
got,
like
but-
poop.
Yes, poop red. Might want to get that checked.
Anyway, so we're
Doctor
gonna
comes into the bar.
He's just on his lady days, don't worry.
no, we're gonna go to
Oh,
where?
I've already immortalized it in your stream out of context channel.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
So, the bartender says, as you're about, how much have you had to drink by this point?
Let's roll a d6,
Okay.
and we'll find out. That's a 5, so 5 drinks. In probably, what, like an hour and a half?
Oh god.
Holy shit, Korg.
So yeah, we'll say an hour and a half, so you don't like completely get
So he
wasted
doesn't-
during any adventuring.
I mean, I have 18 constitution points. Thank you very much. But
So-
yeah, that's still a lot.
Yeah. So so it's a what was it? A silver.
You said 3 silver.
3 silver. You take 5. So you take 5 drinks. That's
So
15 silver pieces. So that'll be 1 and 5. Do you want to put the rest on your tab?
no, I don't need a tab. My friend Lady Colette over there is covering me today.
Well, do you want to put the rest of the? She paid in advance, you see. Do you want to put the rest on that? Do you want the rest on a tab, or do you want credited
The
back?
rest. The rest of what?
It's a gold and a half left on you.
Yeah,
Left on
Colette
the
put
credit.
like a huge amount of. She put like 3 gold on the tab and just walked away to the garden.
I think Korg gets confused by when they say the rest on the tab. I'm like, the what?
I have a what now? Remaining balance?
I don't. I'll just take the payout of the tab.
Suit yourself. Here's your gold and a half. You have a good day.
Yes, back in the red, back in the black.
Korg's not used to having.
1 gold, 5 silvers. Hot damn.
I imagine him walking out. Colette would have like a puzzled look, like, oh, Did you not enjoy the drinks? Did you?
No, it was great. I drank a lot. Thank you.
Oh,
But-
you're very welcome. I had
Like
to
I put my
repay you
hand on
for.
your shoulder, like a goofball who doesn't, almost like Miles is Hey in Spider-Man. Like, thanks, and I walk away.
So, I think that does you all. So, what are you doing now, y'all?
We're going to where she was last seen. The door.
In the hall, the alleyway.
Yeah.
So the madam leads you to the side door. You go out, and there's nothing particularly odd about the alleyway, at least not at first glance. Let me see. What do I have doing here? So yeah. So roll a perception check, all four of you.
That'll be a 15 total.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, that's going to be 16.
Okay.
Colette rolled a 2. She is too flustered.
Doing great, sister.
Okay. How'd you roll a 2? That's not possible.
Well, I mean,
if you
even
rolled a
with the
2,
bonuses, it
so
wouldn't be a
fine.
pass.
Tell me what you rolled.
Ah.
2 is not possible with your wisdom modifier.
If you rolled a 2 and had a 17, you rolled a 5. Psyche.
Yeah, it's a 5 total.
Okay. So
It's not as bad.
It's her boss.
okay, so
has a
you don't
crush on
notice
her.
anything.
Still bad.
But everybody notices at least one thing. You all notice that there is a broken wine bottle about 4 feet from the entrance against near the wall of the opposite building.
Okay, Eviana would go and check it out. She's also gonna look for tracks. She's ranger.
So
What she
roll
does.
roll another perception check.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, 23.
Okay, so your eagle eyes spot few stray drops of blood. Nothing huge or noticeable, but there are a few drops of blood.
Can I follow them?
No, because they do not lead anywhere. You notice also next to the wine bottle. You all know that it rained all last night and into the early morning. And you Eviana noticed, since you were looking, you notice cart tracks and some, well, no, this is a paved cobblestone area, so there would be cart tracks, but no hoof prints. So there, you notice cart tracks leading away from the box, or not the box, leading away from the area.
Okay, I point this out to the other.
And you're looking at the cart tracks. Roll another perception check.
21.
Okay. You notice that the area around, I should say that there is a relatively square outline of a space that is completely dry, but the rest of the cobblestone is wet. So let me paint the picture for
No,
you. 'Cause
yeah,
you're seeing the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's an outcropping of the building above, and underneath that outcropping is where the drops of blood are. But the rest of and it stayed more or less dry overnight. The rest of the cobblestone is still damp from the rain.
So there was a cart hovering over until the early morning. Most likely.
There was something there.
Thing. I show this. Everyone.
I like that you turn into a goblin when you show us things. I show it to everyone.
Sorry, guys, look at this.
So okay, that's a bit strange. Is there anything around that kind of dry spot? Maybe, is it I don't know, a trigger of some sort?
A what?
Like a lever? Something hidden? Secret.
Roll a perception check.
A 20, non-natural.
There's
I roll off
nothing.
19s. Dang.
I know.
All you can tell is that there was something sitting there because the area is dry.
All right, Korg is gonna do an investigation check.
Okay, what are you trying to surmise?
I want to see because we know there's a dry spot, right?
Yes.
Korg wants to see if he would go. Clearly, by the size, this was like a cart.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Like, if this was like a food cart was sitting there, or like a cart someone would ride in. See if he would just be able to sit there and whatever. It's
Okay.
it's a +0 bone roll anyway, so it's just a straight roll. So 19, hot damn.
Okay. It is not large enough to be a cart. It looks like a box possibly could have been sitting there, and that you maybe, a box was possible. It looks like it might have been a box sitting there.
So like a crate, like she could have been stuffed in a crate.
Possibly a human, or even a tall elf, as she is, could have fit in there.
Colette, come look at this, and I explain what you told me to her.
You don't think someone put her in a crate? Why would...
And I kind of I hold up my flask and I go, "That's city life, baby." I don't say baby, but that's city life. That's what it's like down here outside of your monastery.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we should look into who in this area would be putting people in crates.
Okay. So how do you propose we go about doing that? Also, is there anything else anyone wants to do in the alleyway? Anything else anyone wants to look at?
Colette is gonna go look at the blood.
Okay. So I misspoke. There's not blood on the ground because that would have been washed away by the rain. It's small splatters of blood on the wall.
She's gonna look at that blood on the wall.
Okay. What are you looking for?
She's just sad. She's not looking for. It's just her being
Roll
sad.
a sad check.
Okay, let me roll. Let's see how sad. Oh, is it 16?
Oh,
Sad?
she's sad.
Yeah, she's sad.
I probably would have said she was sad. Arun, there is no such thing as a sad check.
But we can roll to see what his chest hair looks like. Okay.
Okay, you guys spent 20 minutes last week
That
rolling
wasn't
about
my
flips and
fault.
food.
That wasn't my fault.
The only
Hey,
masculine
You're
character
complicit.
deserves a moment. Damn it.
Yeah. You can roll for other characteristics, how broad your chest is, I guess, if you want.
We don't need to roll. We just know it's a
Okay.
it's 100 out of 100.
You want to roll for dong length?
No, what is wrong with you? We're
No,
moving
because you know why?
on.
You know why? Because Korg understands that it's not the size of that matters. It's how you use it. Plus, he's got other assets other than his dong. If it comes down to that.
He got that bubble booty.
No, he's got fingers and hands and a mouth.
We're not
Korg knows
looting
what he's doing.
Korg. We're looking for a dead person or a live person
know-
who's been kidnapped.
With
Yeah.
all the jewelry and pus, mouth is a little intimidating.
That's true. Oh, he takes it out. I mean, he's got tusks low. He can't take the tusks. Just
Okay,
don't
so-
sit on
If
him.
there is
So
something
y'all play as be looking around. Is there anything else you want to see in the alleyway?
Yes, Colette's gonna, with her sadness, after the sadness, she's gonna go into the alleyway where her sister ventured and look for herself.
Okay.
Are there any?
Yes.
I was just gonna. I'll let you roll first. Let you go.
So what are you looking at specifically?
Just to see if we missed anything before we move on.
What did you roll, or did you roll?
18.
You notice that this is a really clean alleyway, except like you notice that it appears as though it's generally clean, but there are bits and pieces of trash scattered about, uncharacteristic of this fine establishment.
Colette's gonna look at the trash.
Okay.
She's gonna roll up her sleeves and get in the garbage.
Okay.
Do I have to roll again, or just?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. See what you notice, if anything.
Well, that one was a 14, so
Well, there's lots of paper, and there's banana peels. There's some old bread. There's also like a, I don't know, half-eaten sandwich.
I walk up to Colette and put my hands on her shoulder and go, "Look, sometimes there isn't things in the garbage to explain a crime.
there has
just
to be
have to-
something.
We know that she was put in a crate and taken away. Baby steps, my friend."
All right. She gets the trash off herself and straightens herself up.
So, from what we've seen here, we believe that there was a kidnapping, but we have no clue where they may have gone. Yeah, we weren't
Well,
able to find any
You
footprints.
see
or-
the tracks, but yeah.
Okay. Should we try to follow this as far as we can?
I can't see anything else, so I suppose we have to.
All right. I think I would bow to Miss Eviana and her tracking ability.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so y'all are gonna have to help me out because I've never done this. How do you normally roll for these sorts of things?
Tracking is usually survival.
Yep,
Okay,
that's what I usually do.
survival, and like, do you check like every 2 seconds or what?
It's up to you. I usually do it like in maybe segments. Like a section of area, like, oh, you've tracked this far, then I make another check, and then like it's
Okay.
like another segment.
Yeah, so we're gonna. Okay, we're gonna say like every 10 hexes you have to roll again. That's a lot. That's a pretty sizable chunk. So. Okay, so roll a survival check. Someone, I don't know whom.
I figured I'd take lead. So the first one is an 8.
Would you like some help?
If it would out.
Can I help Eviana?
Sure. How does that normally work?
If you use the help action, it gives that person an advantage check.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay, much better. That is a 23.
Okay, you can see these, and since you rolled so well, I'll actually give you 15 squares. So you hexes. So you track the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. So you track the. So this takes about. So by the time you're out of there, it's like, I don't know, 2. You track the. And it takes about an hour since you're tracking, not trying to cut through the city. It takes about an hour to get there. So now it's about 3:30 in the afternoon. You've tracked it from the arts district into the upper class residential district, and now into the merchant district, to the beginnings of that. Okay, so roll again.
That is a natural 20.
Okay. So yes, you continue on, and you ironically find yourself practically where you guys started a few hours ago. The tracks end at an abandoned port building that has not seen a whole lot of traffic coming in or out of it, except for it seems to be some sort of storage unit, so people don't usually come and go unless they have something to bring.
Korg kind of sighs, and he's like, I mean, I'm not surprised, but I'm not happy.
All right, so we should handle this subtly, right? There might be guards or the culprit still around.
Okay. So what do you want to do? This large abandoned warehouse with the entrance, it looks like it is large enough for a single horse or mule drawn cart to pass through.
I kind of pull us off to the side so we're not just standing right in front of the door. So I can, if anyone here is particularly stealthy, I can make you invisible, or I can make myself invisible, or I could just send Syndra in to keep an eye on things. That might be an easy solution for the time being, to get an eye on the inside. Just a bird.
Yeah. We should go with that one first.
Okay.
I mean, I would just kick the door open, but I understand if you want to take the more gentle approach.
I think we don't know enough about where our friend is and how much danger she's in before we just kick the door open.
All right, but I'll be standing at the door, ready to kick it in until you give me the signal.
All right. So, Colette and Eviana, if you could just hold on to my arms, that'd be delightful.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And I'm just gonna do the thing, and her eyes roll back and they white out, basically.
Oh no.
I can't make the
What?
warg noise.
He's turning into Bran.
Oh,
I'm useful.
Fear of the fractured.
And,
Who had the better story?
Don't.
The fraction.
Don't.
why don't you ask Delilah?
Look,
What unites people?
I enjoyed the
Men.
last season for fighting
Gold.
and cinematography. That's about it.
Gold, armies, boobies.
Um,
And
So
who
my-
has better boobies?
No one.
I will just barge in there with Korg.
No,
I mean, that's okay. You and I have the same AC.
Yeah.
You and I are the shock troops. They stand behind and shoot arrows and fireballs and other wimpy things they do.
Lame.
We're gonna crush some heads!
Yeah, Colette crush.
We don't have much
so what are
time
you doing? So
We're
there-
invisible and we're holding on to Fira and we're going forward.
So
So,
yeah, I
Cinder-
will advise you that there are people about. So
Yeah, we should try to find somewhere to like an alleyway or something.
yeah. Okay, so let me explain the layout of this building. So there is a main entrance on the side that is facing other buildings in the port. It is facing southeast. There is the port, or I should say, the building itself has a port, a small dock next to it where people can unload objects, and it does not appear to have an entrance though on that side. The area where the cart tracks end is a large warehouse door. So over to the side is where people might walk in if they were not delivering things.
Do we want to go around back then and camp out there while I let Cinder fly in? That didn't come through.
What? Oh, yes. Sorry.
I think if you guys are going and doing the hiding thing, I want Korg to just look like a guy walking down the street, looking nonchalant, almost like, I belong in the port area anyway, so it wouldn't be surprising for me to be hanging out somewhere. If someone asks, I'll be like, oh, I'm just chilling. While they are sitting there doing the stealthy thing, I want Korg to be there just in case one needs to break in right away. I'll roll a deception or a stealth or whatever check you want me to roll. They're
So
the
basically,
same.
you're just trying to feint, basically get people to not notice what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, it's my neighborhood anyway. They're not gonna it would be weird for Korg to just be like smoking a cigar, hanging out somewhere.
I guess
I guess deception, since I'm kind of trying to
Daddy
blend in,
Hunkrat.
not a stealth.
Yeah. Roll a cool check. Deception.
A cool check. Cool check would still be a charisma check, whatever.
Oh, deception, I guess.
I got a 14.
Okay. You look pretty cool.
All right. Yeah, I'm hanging out near the door, smoking a cigar, drinking out of my flask. Here's to feeling good all the time, I say to whoever bugs me, but
Passersby roll their eyes at you. You've
Good.
got something of a reputation.
Awesome.
Okay. In that regard, Fira, again, now she kind of whites out and Cinder flies into the building. What does he see?
Okay. So do you open a door because the building is closed?
Wasn't there one entrance that had some opening?
No,
I thought the car. Oh, okay.
no, it's large enough for a cart to pass through. It's not open.
It's shut.
There's no windows or anything.
There are windows. Yes, there are windows.
If they're not open,
So there's a little platform that leads up to a second story,
Hmm.
and there's windows there.
Are they open or closed?
Closed.
Okay, I'm gonna have Cinder try to open it. It's like, peek at it, or try to
Okay.
pick it up.
Does he have any modifiers?
Yeah, he has the eagle stats.
Yeah, so Eagle stats. Go Eagles. Eagles, guys.
Here, let me do a quick goog for you.
Yeah. So he has very bad strength, but he has dexterity. That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
good.
Okay, so yeah, +2 to whatever. So what do you? So I guess you're gonna try to pry the door open with this beak.
Yeah, just try to get into this window.
Okay.
Will it
Roll a sleight of beak check.
Slide of beak.
my god.
Oh
A
my
12.
Okay, he slightly cracks the window somehow against all odds. And those passing by, if they were to see it, wouldn't believe it.
They kind of rub their eyes, think they partied too hard at the festival.
He's
Three
very
people walking by. They see it. One person sees it, and they're like, they kind of give you a face. The other person doesn't notice. The other person does, and they both those people are like, oh, what the hell? And they just walk by. They don't care.
Okay. So it's kind of shimmy inside, and
Well, he didn't open it. He kind of creaked it open, but you can open it now.
okay. Can he see anything inside?
It's an abandoned, dusty warehouse. Not a warehouse. Abandoned, dusty office.
Okay. Do I see crates?
No crates.
Okay.
So are you gonna open the window, or are you gonna?
Oh god.
I mean, I would. It would take some doing to get me up to that window, wouldn't it?
No, there's a platform. We can walk upstairs.
I'll go back to my own vision and dismiss him for a second. Send him back to the locked dimension.
Okay.
Well, there's a window we could go through. That might be a little sneaky up there. I can't quite get through with him. Talons aren't the most dexterous thing.
More dexterous than you would imagine, though.
That's true. Would you all care to join me, or should we do this in a invisibility kind of way?
Said you could make yourself go invisible.
Or somebody
Or
else?
someone else?
Yeah.
You could make me go invisible. I'm pretty sneaky. Could look around.
She
Okay.
is good at tracking, I suppose.
Yeah, and I can send Cinder back in with you once you open the things. We can have
Yeah.
2 sets of eyes.
Yeah.
Korg is kind of like looking in the direction he knows you guys are at, and like kind of like he opens his eyes wide, like, "Are we doing this?"
Raise
Like-
my eyebrows and like nod my head.
Because Korg is
Wide
ready
eye
to
back at you.
make the most obnoxious, loud distraction as necessary. Like he's here for it.
I'll give Korg kind of like a thumbs up. I'll tap Eviana's shoulder and make her go invisible.
And I'm gonna take the cigar out of my mouth and knock some ashes out of it and put it out on my bare hands because I'm a masculine, manly man who in a world of toxic masculinity, understand. He's just a manly guy, but he doesn't want to be, whatever. But he puts it out, puts it in his thing, and he like walks up to the door and looks back at you guys, ready for, like, you could tell he's like even leaning back on his left foot with his right foot on his toes, like ready for it.
Okay. Well, you're invisible now, and Cinder is gonna poof back up near
Okay.
the window, waiting.
Okay. Do the things, do the unlocking. And sneaking, and also he's blowing his nose now. That's why he.
That's how Eviana sneaks. She blows her nose.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to make sure that I don't have anything in my nose. They could
She makes
hear
sure to-
my.
She makes sure to. She makes sure to fart before she goes in, just so she doesn't nervous fart on the inside.
Oh my god!
There's just a person just like, what's the sound? Huh? Must have been my
the wind.
imagination.
Oh my god!
All right. What does she see?
As a
I do like to imagine that Colette told
So you
Evie
guys
when
are-
they were
you
younger
were in
that
the
you had
building?
to fart before you tried to sneak. So you wouldn't do it while sneaking. And she just held on to it all the years later.
So y'all's in the building.
I
Eviana
am,
is
and I'm
invisibly in the
invisible.
building, and Cinder is also in the building.
There's nothing. Okay, so the room you just entered is a clearly abandoned office building.
Yeah.
Do you want to look around it at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to find.
Okay, so where do you want to start? So there's a desk. There's
Yeah.
There's a few filing cabinets at the end of the hall, at the end of the room, and there's a door on the left hand, or I should say, on the western wall, northwestern wall.
I'm gonna go to the desk first, just to make sure, like, see if it's been used recently.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Okay. 21.
Okay. So you look at the desk, you see that it has not been used recently. There's
Okay.
several drawers if you want to root through them.
Nah, if it hasn't been used recently, I'm gonna move on to the filing cabinet
Okay.
and kind of check for similar things.
They're empty except for a single piece of paper.
It's a paper.
It looks like just a handwritten note. Fairly old, a few years. And it says, if any of you are reading this, it means that we lost the port. And you are the first person to enter this building in 5 years.
Huh.
Basically,
Alright.
it's just somebody who wanted to leave a little memento in case anybody stumbled across it.
One of my friends does that. She opened, opened a light switch, unscrewed it, and taped a little tiny piece of paper on the back side of the, light switch face. And I'm like,
It's always really fun because you have to sit there and go, imagine the person in like 20
Yeah.
years.
yeah!
So, on
Okay.
the wall, you see a painting of a seemingly well-to-do man, a
If I
woman
move,
in her early 20s, and a small boy.
if I move the painting, is there a safe behind it?
No.
Damn. Okay. I'm gonna go check the door out now. Is there like a keyhole to the door that I can peek through?
Um.
And I'm sneaking
Yes.
through this whole place.
Sure.
Okay. Doth my eyes see?
Perception check, I guess.
Oh, chop, shit. Right. Oh, that's an 8.
You don't see anything.
Alright. And I check the door for traps.
Okay. I guess is that a perception check?
I always make it one. Yeah.
It's either
Yeah,
perception or investigation, whichever you think is.
I think that perception would make the most sense because you're
Yeah.
trying to see if a trap exists, not trying to reason through the existence of said trap.
Perfect.
17.
No traps, just a door.
Alright, I opened the door.
Okay. Okay, the door opens into a foyer, relatively small. Relatively small, a few doors, or I should say there's a door opposite this one, and then you are on a platform that leads down a stairwell.
After seeing the stairwell, can I look down it? Do I...
Sure. You see it's a couple flights of stairs that leads down to what is presumably the warehouse proper.
Alright, I'm gonna get the rest of everyone at this point.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think if I would have seen this as Cinder, I would have kind of warped out and like told Colette like, I think we need to go inside now. And like kind of motion to Korg to go in or to come over with us and go in the window.
Oh no, you guys go in the window. Korg is going to be stupid because Korg is the closest thing to stupid this party has with him.
I want to send Korg a
no.
message.
Oh,
What?
Co-
What message are you sending me?
Korg, we are going in through the window. It doesn't look like there's anybody in the central area, but there is a passageway further down. You can respond to this message.
I'm going to respond with, well, I might as well, just in case. there's someone in there make a ruckus so that you guys aren't, impeded. And I'm gonna kick the door open.
Okay, I guess roll a strength check.
Yeah. 15 plus 3, that's an 18, my friend.
This door is super old, so it not only pops off the hinges, but the hinges come with it.
Good. And I step in, and I look around and go, "Why, hello!" Regardless of if there's people in there.
So you enter in on the second floor. On the first floor, and it's basically where the warehouse is. Above you, if you look around, you could potentially see Eviana.
So do I walk in and there's like nobody there, and I feel like
just silent.
Yes.
The door like falls. Just
Does
I
Eviana
meant
say
before-
hello there back? Because she's the
I
only
am
one in there.
invisible. Like I imagine
Hello?
the door like flying back and hitting a pile of stuff, and Cord like right leg forward, arms like out and ready to fight, and saying hello, and there's no one in there, and be like, oh,
Because
well that's anticlimactic, ain't it?
Eviana's probably scared shitless at first, then just hears Cord talk, is just like, I see.
yeah, because there's just a bird like on Eviana's shoulder. It's just like a bird perched on an invisible thing.
Oh god.
Okay,
like,
so you're in the warehouse. Is anybody who all's in here?
I think
everyone.
we're all in there.
Okay, so it's a warehouse. It's got a lot of crates, a lot of empty spaces, a lot of stuff just huddled around.
We should start cracking these crates open.
Yes, there's like 100 crates.
Maybe we
That's
should
a lot
start
of crates.
tapping on them, see if any of them respond.
So I'm gonna say, do you want to tap on all of them?
Yes.
I mean, between 4, that's just 20 crates each to knock on.
There are no responses to any of them. Although one of them seems to be a little bit less hollow sounding.
I crack it open.
It is a crate with a large amount of iron ingots in it.
What?
Ah, that doesn't seem to be what we're looking for.
You know what this means, boys and girls? By boys and girls, I mean only girls.
And boy.
We've got a blacksmith in our midst.
Roll an investigation check, everyone.
19, flat 19.
Natural
18.
20.
Oh!
5.
18.
Okay, so you two, the first two, you kind of guessed, well, I mean, it's the only crate in here that has something in it, so maybe we should try to move it around.
Okay. Y'all wanna go? You wanna push? Should we push?
Yeah, it's gonna be like a, like a puzzle in those old magical games, The story is Zoldo, where, you gotta push it on top of like a crate or like a button.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
You two have fun with that. I'm not really going to be of much use.
Yeah, I guess I'll roll a strength check to
Yeah.
I'll go with
push
it.
the crate.
I'll push
Yeah.
with you.
So it's a 10 plus 3, so it's only a 13.
Okay, so you can't budget quite just yet. Unless were you say you wanted to help?
Well, if
Eviana?
Eviana's helping, that gives me advantage, right?
Yeah.
Oh, make that a 12 plus 3, a 15.
Woohoo!
Okay, so
Colette, help.
Pull that with her 9 strength.
9.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Colette just tries.
She like gives me a negative. I mean, like
Just get to the
Colette,
point.
Colette's like the 5-year-old who wants to help you unload the truck when you're moving houses.
And they're
It's
just
like, yeah, here,
walking
Colette,
really
have a
slow.
book.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, Colette's helping hold the coffee. She's still there. She's still helping.
There's
Colette,
no
go
coffee
make
here.
a
You
cup of
didn't,
coffee.
you did not specify that you were purchasing coffee.
You know what I mean for moving. But Colette's gonna help too.
But yeah, 15 overall. I mean, unless you want to give me a third roll for Colette helping, which is silly. I think we're settling
Okay,
on
so
a...
we'll say you can roll again after like 10 minutes. Is that how it normally works? I forget.
It's up to you. I mean,
Yeah, I
Takes
mean,
longer.
as Gil will say, unless we're in combat and something's like pressing, we can roll as much as we want.
Or
There's
like
nothing-
if someone rolls low, it just you take more time away than what it would have been if they
Yeah.
rolled
Yeah, so
higher.
this is something that would normally take 2 seconds. It takes a solid 10 minutes, but eventually
Yeah,
you get it
that's
budged.
fine. Okay, cool.
Underneath, there is a large metal plate.
Huh.
The crate was large enough to. It was as big as all 4 of you standing, shoulder to shoulder. That is like in a square. So the plate's about the same size. A little bit smaller.
Does anyone have a crowbar?
I think they come with explorer packs, don't they?
Or a Dungeoneer's pack? I mean, I guess that would have one.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
have a Dungeoneer's pack.
I mean, I do. Like, as long as one of us has the right pack.
if there's a lock on it, I could just,
only you would know what was in your pack. So
I could just burn it if there's a lock.
But it's made of wood.
Oh. Is your friend burn resistant?
She's a tiefling. No, she's not. She's an elf.
Ah.
she's the
well-
tiefling.
It has a crowbar and a Dungeoneer's pack, and that just gives you advantage on strength checks. So I can try to, pop this bad boy off.
Do it.
There we go. A 14 plus 3, or a 14 plus 3.
Nice.
as you try to pry it open, you notice that it does not. It's not welded into anything. But it seems like it kind of depresses a little bit as you apply pressure to it.
So I feel like an idiot, more or less. Where I'm like trying to, so I can just reach down and lift it up.
Not really. It's
Okay.
It's kind of like it kind of feels like a scale.
Oh, so what we just did is we took off a button.
Did anything change in the room?
No. You can do a perception check to try and look around to see if there's anything nearby.
I'll do that. 6.
Okay. You don't notice anything.
Colette's
there-
also gonna look. Colette's gonna look too.
Where do you want to look?
Did we go downstairs yet?
You are.
Or are we? Oh, okay, we are downstairs.
Oh,
Okay.
never mind.
Did we go upstairs yet? From after this? Go
There's
upstairs.
no. The upstairs is where you came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it changed up there.
Colette's
maybe.
just gonna see if we missed anything. She's just gonna be very thorough.
Okay.
Sister, I told you. I
I'll
checked.
say
I looked.
after about 20 minutes of searching, you come across a large framed I don't know what you call it. It's like kind of like a motivational poster. It's like with the power of teamwork, we can move dragons. Or
It's
something
like 4
that.
goblins hanging in there, you know.
Yeah,
It's like
something stupid like that. It's not really like that, but it's like clearly a poor attempt at making people feel motivated to work harder.
It's just a picture of the goblins at Korg's bar trying to build a radiator.
It's very Norman Rockwell-esque. It's, got a classic look to it. Colette is going to move it aside.
Okay, behind that there is a
Wall.
depression.
Oh.
It looks like maybe a button of some sort.
Colette is going to tell everyone before she presses the button, and then press it.
What are you telling them?
Oh.
I found a button back here. Prepare yourselves. I'm going to press it. I don't know what it'll do, but we'll see.
Peek her head out and watch.
We only heard half of that. What'd you say?
So Eviana is just gonna like hide behind a ton of boxes and just peek her head out to see. Like just her eyes over the edge of the box.
Colette's gonna put her shield in front of her as she presses it.
Well, Korg is just in fighting stance, so arms at a cell phone microphone, and I can explain that if anyone has questions. But he's at cell phone microphone right now.
Okay. So, are you guys just kind of sitting, watching, waiting?
Yeah.
So you are attempting to notice a difference in the environment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You press the button.
Roll perception checks. After she pushes the button.
I press it.
So that's a nat 1. So
Oh, it didn't count. He rolled before I said I press it. He gets to roll again.
You thought of a really funny joke while you were trying to.
Korg is sitting there with his hands up, ready to fight. Like, ha 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 ha. They all like that, aren't they?
I got a 13. Colette, what did you get?
12.
Okay, so
That
what'd
wasn't
you get?
Colette.
Letter. Oh.
Yeah, it's a Colette.
15.
The two of you notice a strange clicking noise, but you can't tell exactly where it's coming from. Do you want to push the button again?
Well, first she's gonna say, "Did you hear a clicking noise?"
A what?
I did.
You did?
Oh,
Okay.
Wait, do it again. Do it again.
Okay,
just thinking
get
about a
ready.
joke about the rich.
Colette's pressing it again.
Okay, roll a perception check, everyone.
8.
Natural 20.
Duality of man.
14.
So
Max
Cord
dice.
gets out of his
Natural
own
one.
head and realizes that the joke is a metaphor for human existence, and he notices at this moment the clicking sound is coming from the base of this, say, from the metal plate, kind of like it's beneath it.
Is
Like almost like it's trying to detect something.
Oh, we should move this stuff.
There's nothing on it.
I know.
yeah, because we pushed the thing off of it. So it probably needs the button depressed.
Ah.
I'll just stand on it myself. I'm 315 pounds of
Okay.
masculine orcish man.
Are you
Press it again.
sure? You
And I
wish...
yell at him like, Colette, press the button again.
Are you sure? We don't know what will happen. I mean,
Press the bloody button,
press the
Colette.
button, and then Colette
me-
mashes the button.
Okay. And as you
And
push the
Cord is
button,
dead.
Cord begins to not fall, but quickly descend.
Oh!
And I salute everyone and go, it's been an honor.
Everyone jumps with.
It's been an honor.
Ah!
Fear's gonna jump after.
Yeah.
Colette paces around.
Colette.
Oh, what do I do? What do I do? And then she just jumps in.
Colette, get your above
I
average
don't know
ass
half
down
of you
here.
half as well as I would have liked.
And I like half as many of you as much as I should.
So we're all in a hole now.
Well, you're not in a hole. It's well, yeah. You descend, and there. I'm going to ask if you are you sure you want to do that?
Yes.
Are you sure you want to all jump on top of Cord?
I already said it.
Yep.
I mean, no, jump in the same square. It's a 5-foot square. There's 4 of us.
Okay, so Colette's like a solid 20 feet away from the rest of you guys.
Oh, Colette, I guess you gotta watch, I suppose.
No, she jumps down and aims for a corner.
We'll catch her.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll
roll
roll.
an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Is that her or us?
Nat
Yeah.
20! Nat 20!
Okay. You stabilize
Oh,
yourself as it descends, fortunate for you because there are no railings, and this is a solid 100 feet above the ground.
Oh my god, why didn't you tell me that before I rolled? What if it
I
happened
was
to
trying
a
to
20?
show you. I was trying. So
Listen, you're fine though. You're beauty and grace.
I imagine Colette landed with her head on the edge looking straight down.
She's freaking out.
Screams, and I'm like, God, Colette,
Pull me up, pull me up, pull me up.
what
okay, so
stand up.
you're all descending. This is a quite a long, very, very long way down. And you notice that the hallway is lit by torchlights. It's lit by torchlight, and you can see down the end of the tunnel, and it is a long, long way down. There's a tunnel at the bottom of this platform, and
Not to speak out of turn, but it is about 12:18 a.m. Central Daylight
Yeah,
Time.
we should end it here.
let me just get to something.
Okay.
So you have something to hold on to for next week.
Oh
So-
no.
Okay, so after about 5 minutes of descent, it is now around. You've been in here. It's probably about 4:30 p.m. As you reach the bottom, there's a long, long, long corridor or tunnel that leads to the northeast of this point. Do you want to walk down it, or do you want to go back up?
Yes, we
Oh,
want to
we're
walk
going
down it.
We're going down.
Okay.
I'm yelling timber.
So
I'm just yelling.
So you walk down the corridor. It's dank. There's a few rats that have made burrows underneath between the large cobblestones that line the tunnel. The tunnel is wide enough for 3 men to walk abreast. So, there can be 3 of you in front and 1 behind, or 1 in front and 3 behind, whatever. But by the time you reach about 15 minutes in, you roll.
Oh. 19 plus 3, 22.
Natural 20.
You kind of get a weird feeling.
23. Wait, 22.
Just
17.
then, all of the torches turn to, or I should say, turn off.
Oh no.
I just want to bring up again that Eviana is still invisible. Sorry.
All of the torches turn off.
Dark vision.
Dark vision. Dark vision
Do
activate.
half orcs get
And
dark vision? I
and
don't know.
turn. I don't know, or I should say, and they come back on and turn pale purple. From the darkness, you see a man in white and 3 shorter men in gray emerge. Roll a perception check.
Again? Okay.
Yes.
Natural 20.
19.
The
Let me
man
get her dice out.
has a long nose and a hawkish face.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh.
I know you.
In conclusion, he says, I had a bad feeling about the 4 of you from the moment I saw you. And that's it.
Perfect.
Ugh.
Just reminds me, let's see if there's a gif of it.
So I know we normally just exit out and let Psyche do the finishing, but Psyche, since we're doing our PaizoCon thing Saturday, can I pimp out our channel?
Yeah,
Pretty-
go for it. Go for it.
So I know I'm gonna post the link and it's gonna get banned, and then someone's gonna have to
You're
stop the
gonna
post.
just post it in the Discord. More people will see it.
Oh, okay. So I'm part of the channel Roll the Roll that Manic Pixie Girl, who you guys see on Sunday, is also a part of. We are blessed enough to be a representative on PaizoCon on Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, which would be about noon Central time, 1 o'clock Eastern time. We're going to be playing a Pathfinder 2nd Edition game, which Manic Pixie Girl and I have actually never played Pathfinder 2nd Edition, so it's really nice for us. But if you guys want to check us out, that would be wonderful. We're super excited because, we only started about a year and a half ago as a bunch of goofballs playing Pathfinder 1st Edition. And within that time, we get to be on PaizoCon. So if you guys want to check us out Saturday morning to check us out for PaizoCon, that would be wonderful. We'd love to see you, and you get to see Pixie and I's actual face because we do cameras on Roll the Roll. So you can see us on either the Roll the Roll channel or the Paizo channel. And Paizo, for those who don't know, are the people who make Pathfinder. So please come check us out if you feel like it. Are you okay, Psyche? Do you need me to type it?
I'm fine. No, I'm fine. I did it. I got it. It's fine.
Are you sure?
I'm fine.
So it's
fine.
roll as in rolling dice, and then V and then ROLE as in role play.
But it's on. Is it on
Role.
Twitch.tv or Titch.tv?
Don't do this to me. Don't, you freaking little. Don't.
Listen, she
Roll
just
it,
got
roll.
twitch.tv/PsycheSiren, right? Like last week.
That's right on Gil's
We can't
channel.
expect great things.
I
I don't wanna
introduced
use a full
myself
pulpit.
as twitch.com.
I got really
I don't
used
want to
to
use the
typing
fully
it.
pulpit to bump us, but this is really exciting for us because the last year we were just like, hey guys, we might as well stream our games, and then suddenly Roll20 was like, well, we get to nominate a person to do a game for us on PaizoCon. Do you guys
Now,
want to do
is that's going to be streamed to Twitch, that event?
Yeah. So it's going to be on our channel on Twitch, and it's going to be hosted by Paizo's channel on Twitch.
Okay.
So you can come to either.
This
Either one makes us
Saturday.
happy.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a wonderful night. Remember, please go support Roll the Roll. They are fantastic people. Thank you so much to our DM, Teeth Whitener, for, a grand
Dealing with
ol'
our BS.
happy time.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
murder
yeah.
these people.
Hi,
You can
everyone. Thanks
also-
for having me. I love you.
Yeah, definitely. You can also check out Gil at twitch.tv/GilgameshKing07 and Swampy at twitch.tv/IRL Swampy.
I'm so proud of
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
She got them both right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Bye, nerds.
All right, guys. Take care. Sleep well, as the dragon is. And we'll see you tomorrow for Freaky Friday. We will be playing Deadly Premonition and having the Sinner's Sandwich. Bye.